I actually was doing. Okay, I got nothing in my tea today. Okay, I don't need Claudia reading me about having quinoa. I thought he changed the time to 7:30 instead of 7 to give Claudia. This is a problem. It's not a problem. I tell y'all so much. Y'all remember everything I said. The fact that y'all know I changed and accommodated Claudia's other job because that's the type of friend and boss that I am. I accommodated Claudia's other job and changed the time to 7:30. But today, she's not recording side dish. So I thought, let's just start at 7 because, it's the holiday. I think some of y'all have a day off. So I wanted to, let y'all go to bed early. John Carlos late king, baby. I also wanted you guys to, sorry. I also wanted you guys in Norway and South Africa. See, speak of the angel. It's 1 a.m. in Norway. I know. So I thought, let's have it earlier in Norway. But no, Claudia's here. So Claudia's going to join us at the top of the show. That is so funny that y'all even remember that stuff. Okay. So look, we have a jam-packed show. I hope you all had a happy Valentine's Day. But first, let's bring in Blue, Dustin, and Claudia so I can hear all about their Valentine.
What's up, Los? What's up, ladies?
Hi.
How's it going? You must have a man. Lord, dude. Is that for me? That could be for any. Listen, the gag is that comic cover doll TV. You must have a man. That could be for me. It could be for Blue. It could be for Claudia. It could be for Dustin. So you got to be more specific who you're talking about.
I'm gay, so it could have been for me too. Hey, gay people! Give it up for gay people!
What's up, gays?
Woo, gays! Hi, gays!
Hey,
So listen, I'm a part of the LGBTQIA plus community. Oh, she said that comment for Carlos. Of course it was. I'm the G in the alphabet. Blue, your turn.
I'm the P in the hot air balloon looking down at the alphabet. Oh, I thought we were just sharing how gay we were. Oh, my bad.
Oh,
wait, is that pansexual?
Yeah, the pansexuals are in the hot air balloon above, just looking down.
Okay, before I get to Claudia and her letter, because Janelle Monáe, I believe she says she's pansexual, right? I don't want to. Okay, explain to us what does pansexual mean.
I was once dating a stud who transitioned to being a trans man, and I didn't care. A bisexual person might have cared. I don't care what you call yourself. If I like you, I like you.
So like Wayne Brady. Wayne
yes,
Brady.
He and I follow each other. He followed me right before he came out too. I thought that was suspicious. That was very suspicious. But yeah, pansexuals don't care what your gender identity is. So they're extra fluid. Like whatever you are, if I like it, I like it. He, him, their, they, whatever. I don't really care.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay, so you're the P.
Pansexuals got to have a lot of game because everything depends on it. You know what I'm saying? It's all about
everything.
So the pansexuals got to be some bad motherfuckers. All you got is your, you know what I'm saying?
Gift of gab. I have talked myself into some relationships and seen it happening in real time. Like, oh, you like me now, huh? Nice. Yeah.
Okay, so Claudia, are you a part of the alphabet or you're?
I have an announcement to make.
Oh.
I am part of the I'm part of the community. I am the B as in back in the game, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Back. I'm back. The
That's
B
right.
is back.
I love
okay, so the B is back. Okay.
A black, wide, nice back. You know what I'm saying? I'm back.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's
Dustin.
Yeah, I'm I'm a practicing homosexual myself, so
oh my God.
I guess that you know what I'm saying. I guess that make me the G, you know what I'm saying, which I'm cool with. I don't give a fuck. I stand in my shit, so hell
y'all
yeah,
heard me stand in it. You do stand in it.
Somebody got to do it. It's a difficult job, you know what I'm saying, but somebody got to do it.
Large footprint to follow.
So hell yeah.
Wait, the footprints like the that in your grandmama's house that has the
the poem Footprints. I look beside me. I need a copy of Footprints for my damn house now. I don't want no new font. I want the old one that go down the beach like that. Yes, I want Footprints. During at one time for Black History Month. If you
not Black Jesus, I give you the footprints. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, Footprints.
So you want the old school poster, that the picture that they used to have?
Yeah, hell yeah. I want that. I need that.
Do you know what I want? The velvet dogs playing poker. You know those velvet pictures of the dogs all playing poker? Am I aging myself? I'm 112, y'all. But like the dogs playing poker, I would love something like that from the 70s.
Yes. Okay, so before we get into tonight's topic, I do want to hear Claudia's not by, she's back. Okay, let's start with Hey Reality Grizzly. Hold on now.
Oh, is that Dustin? Wait, that looks like Dustin.
It's like Dustin and Michael B. Jordan mix. And look at Carl.
Oh, I'm not mad at that at all. What's up, Grizzly? What letter are you?
Okay.
Hey, the Reality Grizzly. Would you like someone to take care of you? Would you like?
Are you in the alphabet? Let us know. At Reality Grizzly. Let us know. Look at let us know if you're in the alphabet.
Dustin, how you feel seeing your twin? Where have you been in the comments?
Listen, nobody knows me like you do. We should do a dating show. We should do like speed dating and have people join the live. Of course, be vetted because something like I ain't gonna get in. I'm sorry, but we should do that. We should have somebody vetted and do a dating show. We single.
Are we gonna pop balloons though? Because that shit scares me. I don't want balloons popping in my face.
We should definitely do a dating show. I think that'd be hilarious, and see if we, the panel, could help find like we all know each other, like what would be good for each other, right? So we all have to decide for the one person. We pick for them. You're gonna go on one date.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that be fun? And we had to like film it, like bring like a GoPro cam or whatever. That should be hilarious.
Let's do it.
Okay, listen. One thing about Claudia Dustin, they're gonna pitch your shows, and I am here for.
Is that why you're making that face? Yes, beautiful gowns. Thank you.
Yes, I'm like, okay, I got that. Speaking of love, Claudia, how was your Valentine's Day? Oh wait, the Reality Grizzly say he's the G.
Oh, damn it! Well, congratulations.
Can we bring him on the air? Can we bring him on the show right now? Can we add him to this StreamYard right now?
Okay, so at the Reality Grizzly, my assistant Lizzie will be reaching out to you. You are already going to be a part of a dating experience that I'm going to give Dustin and Claudia and Blue. So you are now one of the candidates. If you so would like to be a part of it, let us know. Lizzie will be reaching out to you. Leave your comments, your contact, in the comments.
You got any straight friends, cousins, uncles?
Carlos, I love how you're using your position of power. Back when I was at Foxhole, when I had was kind of running a lot of stuff over there, I used to love using my position as a producer. I'm like, let me get your information because like I think I have a show that you'd be good for. It's such a like professional way to like kind of like feel here. Don't call me right now.
Are you in the DMs?
No, this randoms hit me up now. They probably watching the show.
Everybody watching. So Claudia, how was your Valentine's Day?
That was cool. It was cool.
What?
The whole week.
Outspoken, Claudia. What did you do?
Okay, on Valentine's Day, I went out with a friend, with an ex, and a family. His family.
Wait, your ex?
Yeah, we just went because his daughter was in town, so we did. Wait, I shouldn't say that. I went to a restaurant, and then yesterday.
Wait, I'm confused. Claudia, start again. Spring, summer, fall, joggers. What's going on, Claudia?
The fashion show, no fashion. Nothing.
What's going on?
Nothing happened.
She said nothing.
I'm talking. I couldn't grab it. What did you just say, Claudia?
I went out with a friend on the actual Valentine's Day. That was just a friend for real, like nothing, right? And then yesterday I met up with someone I matched with on Raya, and Dustin joined us, and we all went out for drinks and food together. He might be
wait. On your first date with a guy you matched on Raya, you brought Dustin along.
It didn't go down like that. Let me add a little context. So Claudia was in town walking for New York Fashion Week yesterday, and she invited me to come, see her and support her in the show. I was going to do that. we already had plans to go hang out after the show and just kick it, bond, you know. He happened to be at the fashion show as well. Since he was there, we all just went out and had, you know, a little nice light bites, had a couple drinks together. Well, I had it. Anyway, we had drinks and food, and then I got out the way and let them do their thing by themselves. And you're right, it's me, UPK. I absolutely had to do a background check. I shook his hand hard and let him know, you know, I'm her friend. Like, you know what I mean? But he was actually a really, really dope person, great energy, good vibes, and we had a really good time, right, Claudia?
We had a great time. It was really fun.
Is he in the business?
No, I'm sorry. That's your story.
No, you please, because my iron infusion hasn't all the way kicked in. So I would like my representative of my legal counsel.
Yeah.
Dustin, he can speak for me. He speak.
So Dustin said he shook his hand hard. Did you shake anything hard, Claudia, towards the end of the night?
I'm a lady, and I'm still celibate. And I'm just entering back to the dating world. You know what I mean?
Okay.
After
Great.
a 3-year hiatus.
Okay.
You know,
Good to know. You had a good time. Okay. All right. Dustin, how was your Valentine's Day?
Yeah. I had a great Valentine's Day, man. I got some really nice gifts in the mail, and I wished a happy Valentine's Day where it belonged. And I actually hung out with my friends that night. We had a good time. I went out and partied. So I had a good night on Valentine's Day.
Where it belongs is a word.
Yeah. Yeah. I know, just, you know, when you love someone, you make sure that they know it on Valentine's Day. So that's what you do. And
you told somebody you love them on Valentine's Day?
I sure did.
really? Oh, I thought that. Okay, never mind. We talked about. Okay.
It's Valentine's Day.
I know a lot of people whose hearts are broken that didn't get the call.
I had a great day. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad everybody else did. Had a wonderful day. So yeah.
All right. Okay.
Shout out to Valentine's Day.
Okay. Blue Toulouse, how was your Valentine's Day?
Well, first, shout out to Claudia for the conversation around an infusion. I went to go get one and then got sent to the emergency room for stress.
Man.
So that was
an iron infusion?
No, they couldn't. My stress level was so high, they couldn't give me the iron infusion.
Did you feel like you were stressed, or were you surprised that your blood pressure was that high? Or did
everybody was surprised? The nurse was like, "Yo, you are the calmest person I've ever seen with these numbers. Like, you're so calm. It's actually scary how calm you look despite what's happening in your body."
Did you feel it in your chest, like your heart? You didn't feel anything like pressure?
I was
Nothing.
zen as hell. Yeah.
You would think you feel that with that.
That means my baseline is probably because I've been stressed for so long. My body just started getting used to it. So I don't even show any symptoms.
I don't like that, friend. You gotta relax, baby. I don't want you hurting yourself.
No, shout out to my friends. They cussed me out. You know the scene where Tyra screams, "I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you." Estelle called me with her beautiful British accent and
I love Estelle.
She used the N-word on me like 12 times to tell me that I wasn't allowed to get on a flight because I had a flight the next morning. I was still trying to go.
Endearing. Yes.
She cussed me out like Tyra. I said, I guess I'm not going, but I was supposed to spend Valentine's Day being reunited with a certain person in the industry that I had been not talking to for a couple of years, and we were supposed to rekindle something, and it didn't happen. So I feel like maybe God didn't want me to get on the plane for many reasons.
We're part of the industry.
A very high part, actually.
On camera talent or behind the scenes talent?
Both.
Carlo King?
Okay, so in Boston on the East Coast?
It was on the East Coast. Anyways, I had to.
I'm so good at like Wheel of Fortune. Like I just need 1 or 2
things have been signed, Claudia. So I'm saying as much as I can, but I had to make peace with the fact that
Benzino, Boston.
Oh hell no, he ain't got no nag.
Okay, let me think. Who else is in Boston?
No, it wasn't nobody in Boston. Anyways, though.
Who else is in Boston?
I wasn't gonna risk my health for a rekindling, and also too, sometimes people are gone; they need to stay gone.
Yeah,
I meditated on it and realized, you know what? I was going to the thing that Estelle did tell me. She was like, "You like to do things for the plot. Sit your ass at home." And sometimes your friend know you when they read you. I do be doing shit for the plot.
I really want to know now.
Yeah. So I spent Valentine's Day on my couch with my ER band.
Blue, they said is it Joe Budden?
No, wait, what? What the fuck?
Alfonso Ribeiro.
don't even like black people. What are you talking about?
They said
That's not gay
Benzino.
people.
You said Boston, right? It was one of them.
No, I did not say
Edition?
Boston. Claudia Jordan said Boston. I did not say Boston. I said the
Somebody from New Kids on the Block. Marky
It
Mark.
was not Bobby Brown. It was not Bobby Brown.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Oh gosh. This is
You'd
so
be
funny.
gagged though. You know what? People in the industry sometimes don't want to admit what their type is. In the same way that Lunel spent it with I'll Be Sure and y'all were gagged, but they up here boo loving. You don't know who like what.
Christopher Williams.
Really? Okay. You know what? Let's be. It didn't happen.
Oh, Shamar Moore's from Boston. Shamar Moore's from Boston.
It was not Shamar Moore, but it was someone that is very respected. And because they're respected, I will keep respecting them.
That's right.
I love
bro.
that. I love that. I love that. But listen, also
Boring. Tell us the name, God.
but I will say this. I'm glad the reason why Monday Night Live is also special is because Claudia was open about getting the iron transfusion. That's right.
Infusion, yeah.
Yeah, it was-
Infusion, I'm sorry, infusion. And the fact that Blue took that upon herself to try to get one, discovered that she had high blood pressure. So that's why it's important to have these conversations because raindrops and everybody watching, please go see a doctor. I strongly believe in at least once a year, do it twice, but at least once a year, getting blood work done because it can definitely discover and uncover a lot of things happening inside your body that you may not be aware of. And of course, your eating habits and all of that's important too, and exercising and all that stuff. So thank you, Claudia, for sharing your story.
Can I save my life?
My pleasure. You're welcome. So you at least owe me the tea of who.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. The N to the D to the A. I can't afford this one.
I want to recommend one other thing for people to try. I did this like 20 years ago, and I was blown away. I was so fascinated by it. It's not that common. It's called, I don't hear people talking about it. It's called a live blood cell analysis. They prick your finger, they get a blood sample, they put it under a microscope, and they project it on a screen like a TV. And you could tell a lot by what's going on in your body, by how misshapen your red blood cells are. It shows you like what cholesterol looks like in your bloodstream. It looks like broken glass. My red blood cells were clumping together. They look like Rolos, and they should be rounded, more round. They were like caved in. That's because they were lacking oxygen. When they're being correctly, they are round circles. So I saw the pictures, and mine looked like they were all spiked and they were all clumped together. Now that is the beginning of, it can be the beginning of cancer when a mass, like when your cells, they start coming together like that and form masses, and there's lack of oxygen. That clogs, clogs your arteries, you get plaque buildup on the arteries. So please consider a live, we should all do one actually. It's called a live blood cell analysis. It's one of the most fascinating things. They take pictures and they show you where you are, like a scale of 1 to 5. And it like, you see the shapes of things, how misshapen on a cellular level. And after that, that's the first time I went and had a spinach salad. Cause I was like, oh my God, I've been neglecting my body, like getting away with things, especially as Black folks, because we don't really age like the whites. A lot of times we're like, well, I look good, I feel good, I can still hang. It's really, you got to go look at it on a cellular level and catch it. That's how you catch it way, way, way before it becomes a thing. And, I didn't have enough oxygen in my blood. It's called a live blood cell analysis. Check it out, y'all. Raindrops, please. And I would love y'all to just look into it. It was so fascinating. I want to do it again and see where I'm at now.
I'm sold. Stress, guys. Also, if you're a Black person in America right now, please check your stress, because everything wrong with me is actually not about my eating or anything, because I've been eating healthy and doing 17,000 steps a day. It's 100% stress, and we take stress for granted, particularly in this ecosystem. You can do everything else right, and the stress can still kill you.
I mean, the KKK is back. Black people's stress should be through the roof. Like this is not, humans should not be living through this right now, worrying about World War III, the last time this man was president. Now this time we worry about the rights being rolled back. Like it's a lot.
It's unnatural for us. Yeah.
No, so thank you guys for sharing that. All right, so Raindrops, we got a jam-packed show tonight. We're gonna
you tried it. You, Carlos King.
Excuse me, sir.
We all shared, and you didn't say anything about Valentine. You tried it.
No, I talked about it, didn't I?
I thought you did, man. I was trying to have your back and stay quiet.
My name's not Dustin. Continue,
They didn't call you the fuck out, man. Like,
there's only one Dustin on here.
Who was you with on Valentine's Day?
You know, listen, I've worked so hard.
You're over here, Carlos.
That
touch me in the morning. Where are you looking over yonder?
Yes, Diana Ross. Who I actually played yesterday. Funny enough. No, true story. Y'all know I don't lie to you guys.
Let's have a real conversation. Tell us.
Let's have a real conversation. No, I actually, on Valentine's Day, I actually stood home. I ordered pizza and I watched some YouTube stuff, some Netflix stuff. That was it. I didn't go out.
Pizza with pepperoni.
What happened?
Pizza with pepperoni.
Well, I'm a vegan. No, I'm vegan. So it was vegan. It was vegan cheese, green peppers, Italian, vegan sausage.
Vegan sausage. Yeah, that's what I.
Vegan sausage. So he's also vegan.
He was the sausage.
No. Listen, I wasn't alone. If that's what you're at, I wasn't alone.
Well, Claudia, see, we knew.
I wasn't alone.
You trying to?
I wasn't alone. I wasn't alone.
So you were boo loving on the couch with your special friend.
Well, I'm like Dustin. Everybody's special, and
wait a minute,
everybody's special.
Everybody's
Wow.
special.
Then
You get you straight. You about to be his support system.
I think you just put your effort for Valentine's Day, right? That what makes Valentine's Day so special is it's an opportunity to really like express robustly how you feel about somebody that's important to you, right? So I think what Carlos is saying is that he took advantage of, you know what I'm saying, the opportunity to place that effort and that energy where it belongs. You put your Valentine where it belongs, right?
Filling a void, if you will.
Yes, plugging in the socket.
Right.
Yeah, it was a.
I was talking about effort. They talking about dick.
We were trying to be subtle.
I ain't in that part. I'm just saying.
Doesn't let us live. I ain't seen a dick in a long, and that's not in this year. So, like, you know what I mean? Let
you haven't seen the D all 2026?
Yeah, and only once last year. So 1 weekend.
Oh.
Yes, so it's really been a slow time for me. I've been reflecting and
that's very spiritually
being very mindful.
You don't look like what you've been through.
When you finally start having sex again, though.
What is that?
You can start making dolphin noises when you know.
I know.
Yeah. You break that seal, it's awkward. That first time.
I could not. Okay, so I'm glad we all had a great Valentine's Day. And Blue, thank God you are A-okay.
Yeah,
I'm so glad.
I appreciate y'all.
Yes, no, real talk. So listen, guys, we're gonna recap Potomac. We're gonna talk about Kandi and Todd's divorce update. We're gonna talk about Quad having a tearful conversation about regretting not freezing her eggs. But first thing first, we have to get into Bell Collective is back every Friday, 8 o'clock, 7 Central on the Oprah Winfrey Network. That's right, Bell Collective is back. First thing first, we have to get into Lateshia and Glen. So to update everybody what happened last season, Lateshia found out that Glen was in another woman's DMs. He said it was friendly. They decided to, deal with it, be a united front. This season opener showed that Lateshia felt that, what we saw last season at the reunion, was they were together, and she is now questioning whether or not she should stay in this marriage. Dustin, what were your thoughts on the latest between Lateshia and Glen?
I thought that what they were arguing about in the therapy session cannot possibly be what they really beefed out about. That's what I thought. Because we met Lateshia Pearson on this show, right? Hosting her women's brunch in Mississippi. I believe it was called Women's Brunch Mississippi. She has presented herself to the audience of that show as deeply having an entrepreneurial spirit and that being something that's important to her and she's passionate about. They done had conversation after conversation in the offices of Lateshia Pearson Enterprises, where she has filmed multiple times. So the idea of Lateshia Pearson being a working woman and prioritizing her career is not foreign to the audience of that show. And we ain't married to her. So it definitely shouldn't be foreign to Glendale. When he fuck up, they call him Glendale. So we're gonna call him Glendale for the sake of this conversation. But yeah, man, I'm like, it's gotta be something deeper. It's gotta be more than this, because that to me was a weak swipe. Oh, she trying to be independent, or she gonna focus on herself and not me and build herself up to get out of here. I just didn't think it was a strong argument or such an axe for them to grind, such a fork in the road for them. I just didn't see it being a strong issue. So I don't know, but they lying. That's all.
Okay.
And I love them. You know how much I love the Bells in general, the whole cast. And I specifically love Lateshia and Glenn being together. I think they love the hell out of their son. You see, they got on down from that awful therapy session, which don't even get me started on that. But they got on down from there because they had to go get Josh. Their parents first. And I love seeing that. Their son is always well-adjusted and happy. And you know what I'm saying? So I want their family unit to work. But them niggas was lying on that couch. There's more to the situation than that. That's all.
Claudia?
I saw it as a real thing because I know a lot of girls that are going through this, and I've been through it before. When a man, like, that's the last kind of like grasp at controlling the woman. And if you know you're out there being foul, right? And like you being foul and your woman has some actual things that she can call you out on, you got to reach for something else. Like, well, you work too much. Any man, like you said, Carlos, like you said, Dustin, he got with an entrepreneur. He got with someone that was successful. Don't get with someone and try to humble them when you're in the doghouse, so you can like even the playing field and get your little aha moment. No,
I just said that. I just fucking said that. That Glenn said that she thought she was setting herself up to leave him. I literally just said that. So what you mean? No. Yes. I literally just said that.
I'm gonna let Dustin cook with the comments. Go ahead, Dustin. Go ahead.
No, I just like what you're listening to. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, like when
sorry, Claudia.
No, it's okay. Losing control. And this is a trigger definitely for me. Like I'm like, oh, when I saw that, I was like, oh, that to me is, I can't get you with my actions because I'm fucking up lately, right? So let me make something else. Let me make it about like, now I have an issue with your career. You're not home enough. No, you don't like her being financially independent where she can bounce on you. Not a lot, but there are some men that like their women home, barefoot, pregnant, or broke. There's plenty of men that say they date in the poverty level because like these are women that need them and they can't walk away. Look at the administration, what they're trying to do right now. They're trying to remove a lot of professional positions that women lead in. So it's like, they're trying to like just get us back out of the workforce and home. Why is that? Low value men, low self-esteem men that like they can't get you another way, so they want to just like bring your ass down. That he wants to humble her. That's humbling because he was in the doghouse last season. That's the humbling thing, and I think she needs to run. I think that's a major red flag. Your partner should want you to flourish and make a whole bunch of money, not be scared that if you make a lot, you about to bounce on me. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like it at all.
Blue.
There used to be this test that they would do with couples that were having problems where they would say, if you won the lottery right now and won $10 million, would you still be with this person? I think Len knows the answer. There are men who want to diminish you because they like you because you're powerful, but they also like thinking that they can be the one person to tame you. And then 5-10 years go by and you still haven't been tamed. And now they're angry at you for being the very person that they chased. And I think there's some hubris involved. There's some ego. There's some weaponized incompetence. I do not like an overtly friendly grown-ass man. Because why are you smiling at everybody's face so goddamn much? Why can't they all see the back of your teeth? I don't like that. I like a man who's a little bit unfriendly, right? Like he's kind to me, my mama, and our ecosystem, but strangers second guess walking up to him. So even the DM thing, you just needed to lick back because you wanted to feel special and you wanted to have somebody who's a nobody on social media who knows who you are to stroke you in the way that your wife tries to, but can't because you know that you're not better than her. Which brings me to the point of people who compete with their partners make me nervous because it takes a very small man to compete with his woman.
Oh my God, it's so whack.
Yeah, like he came off so small to me. It might as well have been one of those little miniatures where his voice gets all squeaky. Like it was given Alvin and the Chipmunks. It was very small man behavior. I'm very disappointed because you can tell that she's the kind of person who is not just community oriented, but she's very family oriented. You know what I mean? And to invest this much time in someone and building an ecosystem with them to find out that you've evolved and they're still where you found them, that's devastating.
Ladies, you cannot be with a man that gets mad if you have a bigger chain than his. It's you know what I mean? Like
a bigger chain.
Yeah.
You could have said something else. I'd be happy that she chose chain as the analogy. She could have said something else.
If he's mad about it, why are you gonna wear that chain? Upstage me. Shut up. Step your diamonds up.
Not step your diamonds up, Claudia. Who did you spend the weekend with, Claudia?
No, this is like I got triggered for some other shit this weekend too.
The one thing I did want to ask y'all this, because there are people in the comments saying that Glenn is about to be what Todd Tucker is, right?
Oh.
In terms of how people are viewing Todd, right? In the social media realm.
An unemployed hater?
You said what?
I thought the people are looking at him like he's an unemployed hater right now.
The thing that people are saying is they're wondering, is it difficult for a man, right? So in this case, you have Glenn. When Glenn, the difference between Todd and Glenn is this. When Glenn met Lateshia, their high school sweethearts, she was a real housewife. She did not work. She did bail bondsman, but she obviously was a stay-at-home mom, and Glenn worked and Glenn provided everything, right? And what you'll see this season is there's a lot of revelations that comes out this season on Bell Collective every Friday, 8 o'clock on OWN, where Lateshia is discovering a lot of plans that Glenn made that she didn't know about, right?
Oh.
So on the flip side, you have Kandi and Todd, and that situation is different, where Todd entered the relationship and marriage, where Kandi obviously was the breadwinner. But when people are comparing Glenn and Todd, what they're saying is, are these men who don't want to see their women excel further because they are afraid of losing them? Is that something you think too, Dustin?
Glenn, yes, I think in Glenn's case for sure. Kandi and Todd, that's a little bit of a different case study because Kandi was rich when they got married, and so it's just like as you illustrated with the origin story to Glenn and Letitia's relationship, it's a little bit different. So it's a little misaligned. It's misaligned comparatively to me, but in Glenn and Letitia's case, he literally said in his confessional scene that he feared that she was going to set herself up financially to take off from him and leave him. And he expressed that he didn't want that to happen. He said that that's just how he wasn't saying it was true, but that's just how he felt, which I thought was honest. And I thought that Glenn also expressed that he wanted his marriage to remain intact. And he was vocal about that, which he's been even with the hiccups and the mistakes that he's made, he's always said he wants them to work out in the end. So it's a little bit different to me. I don't really think Glenn and Letitia's marriage is a lost cause yet. And I don't think that he is even positioning himself to have an exit plan per se. I think he's just insecure about his woman, which to me is a ridiculous take to have, being that this is what season of Bell Collective? 6, Carlos? 7. So they've been on TV for years. Lateshia has been front facing to the public and career focused for years. So that's why I felt like it was a reach when they presented that as the problem that they're having in their marriage, right? I thought it was a reach. I don't think he's setting himself up to mooch off of her and take her money in the end before they break up. So I personally don't feel like that.
Claudia,
what was the question?
Do you think there's a comparison between Glenn and Todd as we get into Todd next? And even look, what we also learned in the season premiere of Bell Collective is Marie and Cedric broke up. You know, that was a relationship that, you know, they were married, divorced, got back together, and last season we thought they were going to, you know, make it. she found out that he was still seeing women, allegedly, because he's not going to defend himself, meaning on the show, that he allegedly was seeing other women. And Marie is a powerhouse. She's a self-made millionaire. Is there something, as we're seeing this pattern, that the audience is seeing when it comes to men not necessarily being faithful or being able to work with a woman where they are in the spotlight and presumably making more money than them?
Okay, I will say this. They are totally different situations, but one thing there is a through line, and I will say, in relationships where the woman has a lot of light on her, a lot of attention, not to say that Glenn doesn't get attention, not to say that Todd doesn't get any attention, but there is no denying that the women are the bigger names in these situations. And I do think when a man feels that way, that's not really a natural position for a man to feel, if they feel like they're supposed to be leading, if they go by the old school way of like relationships. So I do think when you have that situation, a lot of times a man will try to get his kudos and try to get like he's trying to get more attention in another area, hence cheating allegations with Todd, and hence allegations of sliding in DMs from Glenn. Like I've seen that happen a million times. Like, okay, I'm not feeling 100% like the man in my relationship because I feel emasculated, even if she's not doing it to you. Sometimes a man would just feel like, damn, I should be doing better than my woman. So they go get like someone said, the Waffle House waitress. You know what I mean? They have a woman that checks all the boxes, got all the money. Not to say money is the only thing that makes you great, but like they'll go get attention elsewhere because they gotta feel like the man from something. So fans, Instagram, just toeing the line, maybe not cheating, but like really getting inappropriate attention. Yes, I do see a similarity in that. And I think that happens to a lot of men that feel a little small around their women. So it does take a lot to be with a woman that's a character, main character energy. It's not easy. But you like, once again, that's the same thing like Blue said. That's what attracted you. Like my problem is like, don't go chasing a mermaid and try to go fishing off the ocean if you ain't gonna water that bitch every day. You know what I'm saying? Like you go find someone that has all these things, and those be the same things that you resent about them later, and it happens. And women do that too. It's obnoxious because don't try to change me once you get me loving you. It's not fair, I think.
So Blue, what do you think? Is there something that women should be doing more of or less of to prevent themselves from being in these situations? Because when you look at the parallels between these three women, 3 different walks of life, 3 different setups, but ultimately they are going through a situation of infidelity. They're going through a situation of feeling like the men feeling like they're not being respected because their woman is out there more in the spotlight. Is there something women should be doing more or less of?
Yeah, make sure that you're dealing with someone who doesn't even consider diminishing you, even in jest. Because earlier when you talked about the differences of the origin stories, I don't think they're actually that different, because that light in someone is ever present regardless of their station in life. Like nobody was surprised when Dustin said he was doing stand-up comedy, because we already saw it in him. And so when he directed it and harnessed it intentionally, it made sense to us, right? For Lateshia and even Kandi, their light is ever present, whether it was escape or a stay-at-home mom. People who have that light, it's ever present. And so when they finally figured out how to harness it, everybody's like, oh, that makes sense that you were going to be an entrepreneur. You were always doing the fish plates down at the pit. You know what I mean? Like people always see that happening. So that spark in you that men are attracted to, how do they feed the spark or do they diminish it? If you are someone, we joke about this all the time, who says things like big money, even in jest.
Yeah.
That is an attempt to diminish even in jest. And so there are certain men who will very early try to diminish you or direct all your power towards them. If you want to make sure that you're going to be safe around men, I've learned this the hard way, find a man who already has a purpose. A purpose-driven man doesn't have time for this foolishness. He has his own purpose that he's feeding into. You have your purpose that you're feeding into. And so it almost feels like 2 Goliaths coming together. But if you have a partner who sees how magical and powerful you are, but they only like it when it's directed at them, but they don't like it when you're feeding a bigger purpose, that is the immediate red flag. Because now you don't even see the vision that I'm trying to build with you, right? Also, too, and I wasn't joking earlier, men who need external validation all the time are always going to be the weakest link. Because the world is full of facsimiles of validation for men like that. Weak men will always find somebody to stroke their ego. You need somebody who knows how to like themselves even when there's no applause. Because when we're on a show together and they're applauding me more than you, I need you to find another way to get fed because that's not all that you have. So find you a purpose-driven man who doesn't compete with you, and suddenly all these things sound stupid and unnatural.
And this is what I take fucking umbrage with, right? Don't say that you're a traditional man and you have conservative traditional views and all that, and then have a fragile enough ego to not be able to sustain a relationship with a partner that's more successful than you. Because that bitch assness right there, that's new school shit. So if you can't subscribe to that, right, and think that you can actually feel a way about her being independent and being a bigger dad, you sound like a bitch. And that school of thought is new and it doesn't align with conservative traditional views. So pick a side, nigga. Is it Uchiwali or is it one mic? I have very short to absolutely no patience really for men who are like that. I'll just put it like that. I don't think that's cool. If you want to be on some peace shit, if you want to be a player, if you want to run your home, you need to have your ego intact. You need to be secure, and you need to be proud of the fact that you have a woman who's successful and can accomplish all these great things and take your family further than your ass would have been able to take it. You should applaud and celebrate that, but you can't have it both ways. If you're going to be strong and tough and the traditional man, be that. Don't be crying and bitching later because she's the shit. That's the most appropriate way I could articulate my thoughts.
People want the good parts of the thing that they claim that they want, like, and I'll give smoke to women and men on this one. I'm a traditional man nowadays doesn't mean what it meant back in the day. Now it's I want a traditional relationship, meaning you cook and clean and do all the things for me at home. But a lot of times they don't want to do the traditional thing that they did back in the day was provide for the entire household. Mom didn't.
Can
have
you
to
build
work.
a house?
So yeah, can you hook up my stereo? Can you paint a wall? Because
Can you change a tire?
Can you do the manly things that you want? You say you want a traditional relationship, but you don't want to do anything. You getting your nails buffed along with me. You know what I'm saying? More facials than I'm doing. You getting your eyebrows tweaked and all this kind of stuff. Then you want me to do all the traditional things to make you feel like, you know, and women, you can't sit there and say you traditional women, you want a man to provide and pay all the bills, and then you can't cook their meal. So, you know
why that's not working out for people, Claudia? Because it's played the fuck out. Let's just have the conversation. All that antiquated ass, I'm a traditional this, I'm a traditional that. We don't live in a traditional world. So while you may be able to hold fast to some principles and some values that are fundamental for you as a whatever the fuck you are, however you identify in this world, that's cool. But saying that women are supposed to be submissive and subservient, men are just naturally supposed to lead and provide, and it's just supposed to be like that, no matter what kind of effort you putting forth, no matter how you're contributing both ways, right? Women or men, it simply is an outdated model. You can have reverence and respect for your partner, but all of that beating anybody into submission, and I'm not speaking physically, of course, but I mean browbeating someone and forcing submission on someone and forcing that relationship model is simply not functional in today's world. We're not churning butter. We're not, we're not, and no disrespect to the communities of people that do, but I'm just saying,
no respect to the Amish.
Things have progressed, and our views and our way and our approach, our methods need to progress as well. We keep seeing this effort to, well, I'm not going to take this conversation there. I'll just put it right there. Men
used to go to war, and now they make TikTok videos doing stuff like this, or
do all that though, right? Get your facials, get your nails buffed, dance on TikTok.
I like a well-groomed man.
Go to work, pay the bills, take care of your responsibilities, and show up in the ways that are critically important to sustain a household. I don't care about your habits. I don't care about you doing that stuff that people could put in the feminine parlor. None of that shit. How are you showing up fundamentally? Okay, how are you responsible? Are you taking care of the responsibilities? That's the shit that we need to focus on, as opposed to the other lenses that we're looking at things through. That's all. I don't want to.
One thing I will say, I love this conversation. One thing I will say, I'll use an example. I did an interview with Mona Scott Young last year, And I spoke to Mona about her marriage. She's married to this wonderful man named Sean Young. And I asked her a question about like, well, you know, how does it feel to be the breadwinner in your relationship? And she said, what do you mean by that? And I said, well, you know, you're the breadwinner. And she said, let me correct you. I'm not. Everything we do together. Mona Me Entertainment is his company just as it's mine. And she said, we don't go off of this tradition. She said, my husband and I had a conversation about what's going to work for our marriage. And my husband was the one who said, you go out there, you do all that. I'm going to help you, support you. And I'm also going to help take care of these kids because you're managing Missy, you're doing the show, boom, 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 boom. And one thing she said to me, she hates when people call her Mona Scott. She said, my name is Mona Scott Young. Respect my husband. Yeah. And she talks about how, and if you met Mona's husband is like 6'6". He's extremely handsome. He's a big dude. And she marveled at the fact that in this relationship where someone like me on the outside looking in can just assume like, oh, well, you know, you're the breadwinner. How does he feel? She did a fantastic job at not only checking me like she does, she did a fantastic job at explaining to me that this marriage works because I don't enter our relationship like I'm here and he's there. She said, everything we do, he's just as equal a part of it as I am. And she said, I reject the notion that because I'm the front-facing individual in this relationship, that my husband is taking a backseat. He's not. He's right there with me if you guys see him or not. And I bring that up to say, I thought it was so beautiful for Mona to say that because, like Claudia said, it's easy to always say men, right? And yes, obviously a lot of it is about that. But I do want to encourage women that if you are in a situation that's similar, it would be nice if you don't do this, if you can also find ways in your marriage to make sure that your husband does see you guys as equal, where he does feel like you guys are a team, where he may not feel like you're doing everything and he has no say. Because let's have a real conversation, right? As somebody who grew up producing Housewives, I'm not going to name names, but what I will say is the reason why a lot of housewives are divorced is because they were stay-at-home mom, and then all of a sudden they did have this fame. And yes, the large percentage of the divorce is because the husband felt not seen. However, I have witnessed with my own eyes how some women, not all, but some women do treat their man differently once they get their weight up.
Yep.
And the man who you used to run things by, you do not have a team. And you don't pillow talk anymore. And you don't include him. And it is confusing sometimes if the dynamic was different, right? And that's why I encourage everybody, the biggest mistake that marriages make is that nobody wants to have a conversation about, hey, this dynamic has changed. Let's talk about it.
Carlos, I'm so happy you said that. And there's one bit of nuance that I want to add because I think that point is so perfect because so many women need to hear that message. I would dare to guess that the reason why Mona felt so empowered to keep him safe is because he keeps her safe.
Yes.
And what ends up happening is in a lot of those relationships, when the man was making the money, he was being egocentric and wielding it. And when they switch places, she mimics him. So when he was acting like, well, I'm making the money, so you can only say but so much. When she switches places with him, she's like, well, if you got to talk to me crazy for 15 years when you had the money, now that I have money, it's your turn, buddy. And it becomes very tit for tat. And so I think a lot of those ball busting women are often mimicking what the men were doing when they were the one who had the money. And I think what everybody has to do is whoever is making the bread, right? Whoever's making the bread has to understand is how do I keep my partner safe so that when it's time for us to switch places because life ebbs and flows, them mimicking me doesn't feel like an assault. Because it was cute when you were doing it, but now that I got the coin, I'm acting just like you. Now I'm a ball buster and you're being emasculated. But my dignity didn't matter when you made the money. And so I think what we're realizing is when a man is in a relationship, and we talk about men being leaderships and old school women who want that kind of traditional relationship, if a man is leading you in a way that makes you feel safe, when you're the one who has to lead, you had a great example of what it looks like because now you can give back what you already received. But if he was in your face making you feel small when he had the money, there's a part of you subconsciously that's going to want to do that back when it's your turn.
Agreed.
Everybody has to be doing their job. I think it's a co-created experience. I think Mona protected her husband because her husband probably protects the dog shit out of her. I love that.
See it. Love to see it.
It's awful when anyone does it, right? And doing it first and then the payback, like that's someone you should not even be with, I think. If you even think to treat your partner jacked up because you have more money than them or you're more famous than them, why even with them? Is that your project? Because I think that's evil. I remember I had a public relationship a few years back. Y'all all know who I'm talking about. And we did a reality show together. And I was very protective over him. Like I did not let people play about his name and say, none of that stuff. And they didn't know, but at the house, I was very protective. We went somewhere, he's strapped, he's former military, he's making sure I'm good, all the basic things, the door and all that stuff. But just like I felt like I had a man around me that protects me. When it's time for me to go on the air and do my show, he's setting up the lights. So I believe he was helping me make more money, right? Mm-hmm. So how dare I emasculate him and be like, and throw it back in his face when you really were with me shooting in the gym. Yeah. You really were with me. And there's nothing wrong with saying that. Give your partner the props when they are there for you, providing that emotional support. They're looking out for you. That is invaluable, actually. Yeah. Especially in this business. Women, when you go out there, we already know how foul the business is. The fact that you made it and you're more successful financially than your man, don't go ahead and abuse him and throw it in his face later on. And vice versa. Men that have the money and they treat their women like crap because, I got it, I'm the brand, saying all that nonsense. You shouldn't be that person. You should be with another man. You feel like you're equal. Seriously. Okay. Because that's a horrible, like, are you in competition with your woman?
So I want to get into the latest between Kandi and Todd, Blue, Claudia, and Dustin. So Kandi calls out Todd. I'm sorry. That's the other story that I'll read secondly. The TMZ headline is Kandi Burris slams Todd Tucker as a guest house squatter. Okay. Kandi is saying that Todd is living rent-free in her guest house amid their bitter divorce and not paying a dime in rent, according to new court documents obtained by TMZ. So again, that's the TMZ headline. Kandi slammed Todd for not contributing financially to the home and for the care of their kids as they continue to fight over custody and support. Kandi has said since they've been separated, Todd's been living in her guest home in Atlanta, which she says is on her property, purchased before their marriage. In the court documents, Kandi said that Todd has not paid a single expense for the maintenance and upkeep of the home, to include utilities, gas, lawn care, water, pest control, or even fees associated with the alarm system. On top of that, Kandi's alleging that Todd has not provided any support for the home where their two kids live. She says she is the traditional caregiver for the kids. She's the traditional caregiver. Claudia, I'm reading a legal note. She says she is the traditional caregiver for the kids, despite her active professional life as an entertainer and reality star. Kandi also said in the legal documents that she hired a nanny who does most of the rest of his slack, despite Todd's claim on social media that he is an active father. Todd has responded to that. And in his filing, Todd admitted that, yes, he is living in the guest house. But he said it's because Kandi unilaterally.
Unilaterally. Take me up mute. Unilaterally. Okay, you put me back on mute.
Unilaterally removed him from the main house by directing her. Okay, Todd is saying that she moved him from the house child. Give y'all the real version. And he also is alleging that he was removed from the main home, directing her family members to relocate his stuff without his consent and without court intervention. Todd is saying that he did not voluntarily leave the home, but did not fight Kandi on it in order to preserve peace and stability. And last but not least, Todd has said that Kandi has been in New York working on a Broadway project while he has been in Georgia taking care of the kids. Blue, what are your thoughts on the latest update between Kandi and Todd? Because it is starting to get a little bit messy.
I think this is good old-fashioned weaponized incompetence. It's funny that we were just talking about protecting your partner. This is when keeping it real goes wrong. Sometimes you can protect your partner to the point where you enable bad behavior and you normalize it. And so when you try to course correct it because you're getting, let's say, a divorce, they are now acting like a child having a tantrum because, well, you never took away my binky before bedtime. Why are you suddenly having all these rules and healthy boundaries now? I think we saw Kandi being very protective of Todd. We just talked about this, right? Even when Mama Joyce was talking about him crazy, she was always like, that's my husband. I love him, X, Y, and Z. Todd has been enabled, in my opinion. Just my opinion. He's been enabled. I think Todd's been enabled to be with a woman who gets shit done. And he knows that he doesn't have to do but so much because Kandi's going to always figure out how to get things done. That is weaponized incompetence because now that they're no longer in a marital relationship in the traditional sense, he's still expecting her grace to overextend to him in a way that you're not her husband anymore. You're her estranged husband about to be divorced from her. And so I think Todd has probably been acting like this in ways that Kandi has not told us, not to embarrass him. And now that they're about to get a divorce, she's being honest about how little he's investing. I don't think this is new. And he still thinks that he has a case because he's used to being able to act like this and get away with it. Also, with the family removing the items, as a grown-ass man with a shred of dignity who knows how to stand on your own because you haven't been suckling on your wife's teeth for the last 14 years. If the family took your stuff and put it in the guest house, you'd be like, you know what? I'm going to figure out someplace else to go. I can make my own money and I will make sure that I still spend time with my children. But for you to be squatting in the guest house and still allegedly not be taking care of your kids and be throwing a little lick back that she's employed and therefore somehow not as good of a mother, there's something so nasty and weak about that. There's something nasty and weak and spiteful about how Todd is acting that makes me believe that he was enabled when they were married. And now that Kandi's finally trying to set boundaries, he thinks that she's being unfair because she's finally making him act like a grown-up.
Dustin?
So I actually echo quite a few sentiments that Blue just expressed, right? Because I think that Todd's response, per what you just shared with us, to what Kandi offered in the first place, right, which was, hey, I've been paying, and she itemized, right? She got specific. I've been paying the alarm bill. I've been paying for the education. I've been paying for the staff to help, you know, be caregivers for the kids. I've been paying for all the expenses to the home, the lawn care, this, that. She got really specific about what she'd been helping, what she'd been facilitating, and really specific about what Todd was not doing. His response was, your damn family moved me out the house into the guest house, and I didn't say nothing about it because I still wanted us to be cool. And you're away in New York working, making money, and I'm here at the house, and I have been doing some things with the kids. That doesn't address any of the financial items that Kandi outlined in that initial piece that you shared with us. So that makes me feel like, I'm assuming here, that makes me feel like it's very, very possible that their initial breakdown in general could have been connected to Todd not contributing to the household expenses in some way. You know what I'm saying? I think Kandi left the Housewives. She started doing other things, toured with Escape, produced multiple plays on Broadway, which she had partnered with him on. She was working and doing things, and we kind of stopped seeing Todd talking about opening another restaurant or running those businesses or being proactive. He did put out his film, The Past, but that was something that he partnered with Kandi on. So it wasn't independent of that. I know he has a new film out. I'm not sure if Kandi is a part of that or not, But I think that this might all be about Todd making a mistake on top of not working and her being fed up with that. I think that that's what that all cooled me into a little bit.
Claudia.
I mean, Kandi protected him so much and put him on every project. Let's be clear, like not to take away from Todd. He was working as a producer when she met him, right? But like her name definitely like ups the ante, you know, and she brought him all these opportunities where if it was just Todd, maybe it could have got done, but Todd and Kandi, it's going to get done. It's going to get done. But what I have a problem with him is complaining about her being gone in New York, working so much and not being there for the kids, all while living and benefiting off of said work that she does to make it where you can live in the big house and even to the guest house rent free, and then also not contributing to the kids. You can't have it both ways, my boy. You cannot. You know, like I'd be damned if I protected you all these years we're together, and then when things you don't get your way anymore, or we're going through our thing, we're breaking up, whatever, you try to put me on blast. That's for the judges. She's not here. She's gone all the time. She's not a present mother. She can't really possibly be a good mom. That's what that's for. That's a dog whistle for the courts. Having it on record. He started this campaign a few months back. Daddy daycare, really putting it out there. Like almost making it, and nothing is worse for a woman than to be viewed as a woman that's not present for their kids. And that's a quick way to demonize her and make her seem like, yeah, she works and she make the money. But once again, this is another situation, humbling. I got to bring you down a little bit. So she's now demonized for doing something that benefits you. That is crazy, Todd, and you know that. Like, you know that. And then, of course, you're not going to be in the big house with her. And, of course, it's even generous for you to be in the guest house. But I think that may have been in the prenup. But like,
well, I'll touch on that after you.
Why would you want to be in the same? Like, it's uncomfortable going through a divorce when we're at the point now where they're taking shots now, right, in the media. Of course, we can't be up under the same roof. And really, I don't even want you on my property. It's time for you to take those checks that we made together and go be a grown up and go get a place for you so you can like entertain the kids when you have them. I just don't like that. Don't criticize the very hand that's making this cushy lifestyle possible for you right now. That's wrong. It's wrong.
Grateful.
And as you brought up the prenup, and again, I'm not sure if this made the cut, and Raindrops, tell me if it didn't. From my understanding, because obviously you guys know I produced the wedding special, and from my memory, I do believe allegedly that in their prenup, if something happened like a separation or divorce, that is in the prenup that Todd would be in the guest house, right?
30 days. The prenup said that he had 30 days to vacate the main house if they ever got divorced. 30 days.
So I want you guys to know that's why he's in the guest house, because that is a part of the prenup. Now, I don't know how long that is. It could be until the divorce is final, but I wanted to clear up because a lot of people are calling him a squatter. And I just wanted them to know that legally he does have a right to be in the guest house.
Okay.
So I wanted to be
If he's
fair.
not paying, he's still it's still giving.
Again, thankfully I worked on the show, and what I can say, because I was present, Kandi has said this on camera that when Kandi bought that house in cash, and Kandi bought that house before she met Todd. She bought the house in cash, and Kandi renovated the house in cash. She did all this before she met Todd. From my recollection, producing Housewives of Atlanta, it was said that because the house is paid for and there's no mortgage, that Todd's contribution was the utilities.
And he's not paying that right now.
Right. So I wanted to bring that up because, again, I know the audience and the Raindrops is like, but why should she talk about the alarm system, the utilities? I think she's saying that because part of their agreement was because the house is paid for, his contributions was the utility bills. And I do believe that allegedly that's why she put that in there. So again, I wanted to add some context to it based on that too. What I want to talk about next in terms of Kandi and Todd, as this is getting messier than I think we all thought it was going to be. Claudia, I'll start with you. Because you're friends with Kandi in real life, y'all hang out, you know, whenever you guys are able to be in the same city. Are you surprised that it is getting this messy? Because we're learning new information weekly based on the constant filing of these documents. And are you surprised that they weren't able to amicably settle all of this before the public gets to know such pertinent information?
Well, I don't want to like put too much dip on my chip with my relationship with her. It's just once in a while. Like I don't talk to her on the phone like that. We definitely show love on social media and stuff like that. And we did take her out for her birthday last year, and you know, I saw no signs. No, I'm not surprised. This is normal for any relationship, right? The person you break up with is not the person you married. You're the person you get together with. It's all love and beautiful, and until it's not, you know. And sadly, this happens. Like the person you love the most is like the person that's like dead to you. You don't even talk to them anymore. You resent them, you despise them, you know, because you're disappointed. I'm not surprised that it went like this. Actually, when we were covering it and we were saying it was good, I'm like, it's just a matter of time, because that's kind of what, it's rare to have a good breakup. It's rare, especially when it's uneven, like the financially, and Kandi has a fan base. I'm sure he's getting irritated, and rightfully so, from what people are saying about him. As people in our
Well, he even posted Claudia on Instagram. He posted Rick Ross' song "Scheming."
Stay scheming, yeah.
Stay scheming, and obviously we know that one of the famous saying is a scheme that Todd set up.
Oh,
Shout out to Aunt Bertha. No, that's
Bertha, yeah.
Bertha. Yeah, I'm Bertha. Yeah. For that one. So he played the song "Stay Scheming," Claudia, and then the caption Claudia, he wrote the F word. So do you think that is because, Blue, he said, do you think, but Claudia, to your point, do you think that Kandi's fan base is attacking him and this is his way of letting off some steam?
of course, he's getting the most smoke, even here on the show, like everywhere. He's getting the most smoke, but because that's how we see it. Well, I mean, we're seeing, I think the part that makes it worse is how protective Kandi was of him. Exactly. And that's why he's getting the smoke a lot of smoke. It ain't like people can't call out women. They get called out all the time. But I think in this regard, we're more resentful or quicker to side with her on this, because she, like y'all said earlier, she went out her way to check her family and like not let anybody diminish Todd. She definitely made sure, no, this is my man and he's not my underling. She never treated him like that. Whatever they had going on, she did not publicly treat him like that. So then you almost feel like, damn, you like you said, Blue, ungrateful. Like, you know, you would think I have built some equity with you, that in the game with you, like, okay, if it goes bad, you can't take away that I had your back. I elevated you career-wise, monetarily, and I definitely didn't let no one play in your face I never let no one disrespect you, including my own mother and aunts. Yep. So then to see it go like this, it's like, damn, bro, like.
Well, there are people, Dustin and Blue, you could chime in too, to Claudia's point. There are people though, Claudia, because I want to make sure we have both sides. There are people though, Claudia, who have said that Todd wasn't protected by her family in terms of the things they would say about him. And then to hear that they moved out his stuff, do you think the Mama Joyce thing, let's call that what it is. Do you think the Mama Joyce thing never, ever went away? Like, yeah. It just like that always stayed with him. And he did lose his mom. He doesn't have his father's deceased, his mother's deceased. So do you think a lot of that never left the station?
Of course, because we still say it to this day. It should be on a t-shirt. It's a great saying. It's funny, right? And it stuck to him. And he's now branded by that. Like people, you know, we don't even know what the situation was that she said that for, but we all know people use that. That's a mainstream saying now. Like it really is a scheme that Todd set up. People say that didn't even watch the Housewives. So of course he's gonna feel defensive. And yeah, you're right. The family didn't protect him. I think Kandi did her best.
Yeah, they're two different entities.
Okay.
Yeah, Justin, I would say this. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say it's tricky. It's tricky when your family is committed to being ignorant and people are seeing you struggling to respect your mother while still honoring your husband. The effort that Kandi has, I think he is ungrateful, because let's keep it a stack. Kandi's not perfect. Nobody is perfect, right? There are moments where she could have fought a little bit harder, but she loved Mama Joyce and she loves Todd. So it got tricky for her. What makes me upset is, I think I said this when they first announced the divorce to you guys. I 100% personally, nobody else has to agree with me. I believe that Todd resents how exalted Kandi is in general and thought the divorce would be his opportunity to nick her armor a little bit. Because when they first announced the divorce, she was being super lovely about it. Like, you know what? We're still going to be friends. That's still the father of my children. We spent Thanksgiving together. It doesn't have to be weird. She was still going to protect him post breakup. And he was like, look at this bitch. They're talking crazy about me and she's still in the kumbaya shit. I want to show that she's not perfect. I think there's a part of Todd who is mad at the audience, but is okay with taking it out on Kandi. He wants to show that she's not as perfect as we all think on his way out. And that is resentment. Resentment is every psychologist we can talk to. Resentment is the most dangerous thing a partner can feel about you. It means they will spite you just to spite you, even if you are giving them every incentive to have their back. He resents her. I'm gonna die on that hill. He resents her, and that's bigger than Mama Joyce.
Dustin,
you know, y'all know how I approach things. I think we need a rubric here, a guide here to like navigate these proceedings. And to me, the only thing that we can depend on are the court documents that have, you know, specific line items in them that deserve our attention. And while we could sit up and talk about whether we feel like it was cool the way that Mama Joyce and them were disrespectful at times to Todd, or the way that there was static between some of Kandi's family that loved her fiercely and was protective over her naturally, that doesn't say whether behavior was right or wrong. I'm just saying that's what happened. We could talk about that all damn day. But to me, what we should talk about is what the fuck is in them papers and what they are negotiating back and forth with in court. And when you read the list of items, not one time did I hear Mama Joyce's rude comments. Not one time did I hear, you know, anything of that sort. His illustration of being put out of the house by her family. That's what happens when people have a divorce and a breakup. The families of the people come and support them in the breakdown of the marriage and the living arrangements. That's what happens. So thank you for adding that context, but it's not indicative of mistreatment to me, at least to my ear when I hear it now. Again, I think that people use their feelings about and their opinions about what they saw on the show and the way that people were spoken to and treated, and they use those feelings to substantiate then taking a side in this divorce. And I feel like that's ridiculous, right? They got two fucking kids together that are young and that are more than enough of a reason for them to figure it the fuck out and figure out how to get along with each other and make this as harmonious as possible. Who's right and who's wrong to me is pretty clear based on the fact that he got put out the house, or not right or wrong, who broke the marriage, right? It's pretty clear based on the fact that he got put out without resistance of the house. He's not working gainfully as per the agreement that you just read. I mean, it just paints a certain picture for us, right? And so they have some things to figure out. This ain't about whether or not we like the way Mama Joyce talked to him or the fact that Kandi didn't intervene enough, that or none of that shit. Figure out what's on them papers and move the fuck on, because if it was me, I wouldn't give a damn about none of this. What do you need from me? Let's figure out how to dissolve this. I want to be done with your ass, and I don't want to fight with you either. Let's just be done and get this finished, because we got fucking children to raise. So I think that, and I know I'm being long-winded, but they was on TV for 14 seasons, so we got a lot of shit to talk about. So I think that, you know what I'm saying? People just form strong opinions about the way that and the systems that they ran their house with. People watch the show, form strong opinions, as they should, on a show that showcases your life, but they're carrying those opinions over in this divorce, and they just don't belong there to me. Sorry. That's just how I feel.
No, and listen, it's everything you said. A lot of people are invested because, like you said, they were on the show together. For Todd joined season 5 and Kandi left the show after season 15. So Todd 10 seasons on the show, Kandi 14. So people are invested. Listen, my thoughts and prayers go out to Kandi, Todd, and children. Hopefully they can reach an amicable decision based on their divorce, because, you know, at the end of the day, what I will say is I've seen firsthand how much they love each other. And like Dustin said, Claudia Sin and Blue said, obviously something happened in the marriage, clearly just based on the living situation that I don't want to speculate on because that hasn't been talked about. And I know there's other things being talked about. I don't want us to touch that because I would rather wait until that does come out by both parties. And until then, I don't want this to be a speculative moment of, well, he must have did that. She hasn't said in the court documents. She said a lot, including alarm systems. If you're going to talk about the ADT, you can talk about okay. So I'll say that. I want to move on to what's happening on Married to Medicine. As we all know, Quad is in her 40s. She has this boyfriend named King, and Quad is going through her IVF journey. It was a very emotional episode, Married to Medicine, last night, where Quad not only informed her castmates that unfortunately the process of her trying to have a baby did not take. She had a scene with King that we'll get to in a second. But before that, Quad broke down and said that she should have listened to Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone when they told her in her 30s to freeze your eggs. And she said she didn't listen because she thought she had more time. And being, I believe Quad, I'm sorry if I got the age wrong, I believe Quad is 44. And at this stage in her life, it's not working out so far of her having a baby. I want to talk to the ladies first about this. Claudia, when you saw that scene, what are your thoughts on that? And is it something that a lot of women in your friend group also thought they had more time and they did not freeze their eggs in their 20s and 30s? And do they regret it now?
Yeah, 1000%. Tracy Edmonds told me like 12, maybe 10, 12 years ago, we were having lunch and she's like, have you frozen your eggs? And I said, no, I'm good. You know, everything's like periods on time. I'm healthy. She's like, you should. And she's like, I have. She's like, I don't know if I want to have a baby, but I might meet a partner one day. And I didn't do it. So I've always been on the fence. But yeah, I do see a lot of women, well, some women that had chosen career to focus on career. And sadly, it seems like it's hard to have both. You know what I mean? Do I regret it? Yeah, sometimes I do. That was heartbreaking to watch that. Cause like, I'm not dying to have a kid, but she obviously really wants to be a mom. So like knowing that that's something you really, really want. And there are things that you could have done that could have possibly made that easier for you. It's heartbreaking to see. I'll say it. I said it before and I'll say it again. I just feel like in America, especially, I would say Black women more than any other demographic don't usually have the luxury to take a time out from their career to take maternity leave. It's like always like the pressure is always on 100. Blue, talk about your high blood pressure. I have anxiety and ADHD. We don't have the luxury a lot of times, you know, and to like prioritize that. So we're busy working, getting money, you know, and the years go by. Yes, it's very sad. I would encourage young girls, if you really feel in your heart you want to have a baby, please freeze your eggs until you're in a better position. It's so sad to see. Yeah, it's very common. Very, very common in my friend circle.
Yeah. Blue?
That scene was, first of all, I agree with everything Claudia said. That scene was a little triggering for me to watch. I don't use that word. I know it's a trendy word, but I don't get triggered easily. But that, like, it broke my heart seeing that. I've said this before in here in 2020. Ebony K. Williams told me to freeze my eggs, and I started the process. And the place they sent me in Beverly Hills was so racist to me. It kind of soured me on it. You know what I mean? They thought I was just a young Black girl. And what are you doing here? Like, they had to look at my age, be like, oh no, she grown. But like, they were treating me like I was just some young Black girl coming out the street. And I didn't like how I was treated. And the guy I was talking to at the time told me, oh, we could just do it the old fashioned way. You ain't got to worry about that. Plot twist, he was full of it. And looking back, I regret that I was so easily scared off. Because then a couple of years later, when I see Ebony with her baby, and I'm like, fuck, I lost, like, the years went by so quick between her telling me, and then I looked up and she had a baby, and I was like, oh my God, my window, right? And there's a sadness that came over me when I was like, I kept on deprioritizing it, and my window might have just shut on me. And that's painful to realize that you were so busy taking care of your family. I have elderly parents. I pay all their bills. I'm taking care of my mom who has kidney failure and my stepdad and all the people in my family that I'm taking care of. And when you're the breadwinner, this is something Black women don't talk about. I'm not going to cry.
It's okay if you do, though. This is serious. This is a sad thing. You know, it's like.
There's a thing called network poverty, right? Where you make it, you're living your dreams, you're doing all these fun shows, you're making good money, but it's not just your money. You have cousins who need groceries and parents who are aging and people in your life who you love who weren't as brave as you. And so you feel compelled to like make sure that you reach back and you take care of them. And then you look up and the one thing you wanted, you forgot to prioritize. And so that, it broke my heart.
No, and like Claudia said, listen, well, first of all, my heart goes out to you, Claudia, and to you, Blue. The reason
we have to act like it doesn't affect us too.
We do.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. And the reason why I've known Quad for years, right? I never knew in my conversations with Quad that was even having a child was something on her list of things to do, because me and Quad would talk about like a bunch of other stuff. So seeing her go through this process, I was like, wow. And one thing I want to ask you two before I get to Dustin is the emotional toll that going through IVF has on couples. Because what we're seeing this season with King and Quad is this sort of like, I feel they're disconnected, right? But I do want to talk about the emotional, turmoil that the IVF journey and the fertility treatments and that pressure that applies to not just the woman, but the man too. And have you guys seen that in y'all experience with y'all friends too?
I think when you go through IVF, it makes it unsexy. Like, right? It becomes appointment setting. It becomes, okay, we got to do it right now. With all that stuff, right? With even timing everything out, trying to get pregnant the natural way. Then IVF, you're injecting yourself with hormones. You're not yourself. You're not as fun as you once were. And your man, sometimes you're making check out. And you're doing this at the risk of, Black women are the most prone to die in childbirth in this country, and a lot of countries actually. The comparison to white births, maternity rates, the morality, what am I saying? What am I trying to say?
Mortality rates.
Oh, yeah, well, thank you. Mortality rates are through the roof for Black women. So you're risking all this. And then on top of that, you're not sexy to your man right now because you're going through all these hormonal changes. Yes, it's very sad. I mean, I never went through IVF, but I had a miscarriage before. And I was abandoned by my mate. That's actually what caused it. I didn't eat for 3 days. And then I went to the doctors by myself for an ultrasound. And they were like, it was like same thing, Blue, white clinic place. The doctor was very hard and mean, not caring to me. He said it so, he was like, no heartbeat, kiddo. That's how he said it, baby died. And that's how he said it. And I'm like, I'm here by myself. And this person didn't have to carry the guilt of it, never even checked up on me. It totally turned me off from being a mom. So partners, I only say that to say your role in this is so important, supporting a woman. It's so important to yes, it may not be sexy for you for a few months or 6 months or a year or whatever, but that is when she needs you the most. And yes, it's I don't know. It made me cold towards having kids. It really did. Yeah, it did.
Dustin?
Yeah, I don't have eggs. But what I do know is
me neither.
Oh, Claudia.
Jesus. I don't know. Shoot.
I love you, Claudia.
Hey, I got light the mood here.
I'm a person who fiercely believes that women should have 100% control over their bodies and over the decisions they make when it comes to their health care. Motherhood and childbearing and all of that is very sensitive and deeply personal for women. So I stay my ass up out of that. What I will say is that if you choose to make a decision to take that journey with your partner, then take the damn journey from beginning to end. Yeah. To me, that's why you make a decision to do that. You know what it entails going into it. You know what the expectation is. you know the ways that you can support, and you need to be open to keeping an eye out for additional ways that you can support your partner as y'all navigate that shit. So I just think it's kind of lame for people to get cold feet in the middle of that process, and then the woman is sitting there left to navigate these emotional waters alone. I just don't think that's cool. That's all I will say. And may everybody see whatever their heart desires. If you want to be a mom, I hope it works out for you. If you're a woman who doesn't have that natural desire to be a mom, you still can be greatly impactful. You know what I'm saying? To the lives of other children that you do have a relationship with. There's so many ways that you can pour into the next generation outside of traditional motherhood. So if that's something people desire, I hope that they get their heart's desires. And if it doesn't happen for people that desire it, I hope they find additional ways to kind of pour into the lives of young people.
Carlos, can I say one thing? And I'm not going to get theory. There is one thing that women have to be honest with themselves about that made me, despite my little emotional moment a couple seconds ago, make peace with this. I always knew that I wanted to be a mother, but not a single mother. And I think back in the day, as a trauma response, Black women were told, be a mother by any means necessary. And I watched how much that killed the women in my family. And so me not choosing to have a child was because I wanted to do it as a part of a partnership or just get me a dog, right? And so this new generation of more emotionally intelligent, like women who understand their options are saying, I want a child, but I don't want to do it in a way that's tethered to struggle just to say I have a kid.
Yeah.
And a lot of us who are the kids of mothers who struggled know what it's like for the kid as well. And so there's a bit of a generational curse that's breaking, that we're willing to make those hard decisions rather than just having a child by any means necessary. And I find peace in knowing that I was going to do my kid in the way that was best for them or not at all. That's me not being selfish, because a lot of women feel like they have to. If you didn't have a child because you didn't find the right person to do it in a way where you'd be supported, there's actually honor in being honest that you wanted that support or not do it at all.
I 1000% agree with you. It's not that I didn't want to be a mom. I did not want to do it by myself. I did not. My mother struggled, left her country, beat my dad when they got divorced. She was a immigrant with two Black kids in America, making $300 a week. Okay. And we had to struggle. And that's why I work so hard. I will never be at the mercy of a man that will take it away from me or stop me from eating or I already paid you this week, figure it out. I was never going to do that to my kid. Never, ever, 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 ever. And so if it wasn't going to be the perfect situation, and hey, criticize me for wanting the perfection, but I'm sorry, I wasn't going to do it any other way. And then the one time I was vulnerable for a man that was not my husband, that we were in love, and I was like actually looking forward to that baby. When I gave him the news, he abandoned me because he had another situation going on. And it was just it was devastating. Like, that's when I was on my suicidal, there was all that stuff that was happening. It was crazy, right? And I know we're just sharing stuff, like it's related to Quad, but women just have to go through so much. And there's nothing wrong, ladies, that you want to have a better life for your kid that you went through. Like Blue, I think we're both saying the same thing. There's nothing wrong. I don't think that's being selfish. I think that's being generous. I want to give you what I didn't get, you know, and I think more people should be doing that. I don't want to struggle. I don't want to like get the video games 5 years after the other kids. I don't want to like not know if I can go on the track meet with the other kids because my father might not be kicking in the money. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to not be able to get the cereal that I want for my kid. No, fuck that. I'm not doing that. There's nothing wrong with that, Blue. There's nothing wrong with that. I think you do the right thing, and you're younger. You got some eggs up in there. I don't know. I don't know what I got going.
I got 3 in the bag, child. I got like 3 random eggs in the bag.
If I got pregnant now, it might be just the underachiever slackers that are just left over, and I'm like, I'm too strict. I'll be like, nah, man, come on, big athlete.
Well, I will say this. Thank you guys for sharing your personal story. I know that was a difficult topic to talk about. So I thank you too for being open and honest about it. And listen, one thing we do on this show, we try to encourage the audience. And look, if you're able to, because I know it's also costly. So if you are a woman of a particular age and you want kids, you know, please take heed to the advice and look into freezing your eggs. Unfortunately, it is a real It is a real thing. So my heart goes out to you, Blue, and you, Claudia, and to every woman who has to deal with this. And Quad, I love you.
Yes.
Okay. So next, love you, Quad. I also love you, James Earl Jones and Forrest Whitaker, because now we are getting into
that segue was wild. Wow.
This is CNN. Is that right? Did James Earl Jones say this is CNN or this is?
No, that was Mufasa. James Earl Jones was Mufasa. Sorry.
Just have to say. Okay, I want to get into this is the Potomac reunion. We got to start off with the footage. I don't know what it is about. Listen, shout out to the production company and the network, because y'all are able to get these women in these very peculiar situations to film a week later, whether it's a week later coming home from jail or a week later in any situation. So Wendy and Eddie shot a scene a week after getting arrested. And listen, I'm always going to be honest where a little bit of my bias will show up. I am friends with Dr. Wendy in real life. I will start by saying this. I love you, Wendy. I love you, Eddie. And, we'll see the due process in court. Well, I will say, watching that scene where Eddie and Wendy were recapping their arrest, and keep in mind, Raindrop, they shot this a week later after getting arrested. The part that struck me to my core that I did not see coming was when Wendy asked Eddie, could their marriage survive this? And I thought to myself, like, wait, what are we talking about? Because again, when we watch the show, it appears they have, the strongest marriage out of anybody. So when she posed that question, it took me by surprise. And the reason why it took me by surprise is because this is my opinion based on what I saw. Her saying that made me believe this was allegedly all on Eddie, and that there was some sort of blame put on him. If I got that wrong, I got it wrong. I'm telling you guys, my initial reaction seeing her say that, and not only did she say that, Wendy also said, I'm not going to be the same after this. I'm not the same now. Are you going to be okay with that? And again, I was like, there seems to be this, I don't know, I'm not gonna say this blame for him, but there did seem to be something put more on him. And in that moment, I thought to myself, is Wendy saying to us that this was all Eddie and not her, allegedly? Or did Eddie get her into the situation? What we did see in these alleged emails was that Eddie allegedly said to amp up the amount, right? And for me, it was sort of like, okay, is Eddie responsible for what's about to happen? And she's saying to him, because you put me in this situation, I don't know if this marriage is going to work out for me. I could have gotten that all wrong. Dustin, when you watched that, what were your thoughts on that scene in itself before we get to the reunion?
Yeah, I felt a little tug internally when Wendy said that in that scene, because it did pose some questions in my head. Like, okay, well, is she placing blame here? Or is she? But then I thought too, if you're a married couple and both of you have been accused of some of the things that Wendy and Eddie are accused of, it's a lot of logistics involved, right? A lot of decisions that have to be made. It's a lot of changes that are going to come. We know that they had asked the judge to try them separately, right, Carlos, initially.
Mm-hmm.
And so that, coupled with those questions that she was asking Eddie, makes me feel like maybe there was a situation where she wants to kind of identify, who's at fault here? I don't know. She could have just been asking him that, like, is our marriage going to survive after if one of us has to go and one of us has to stay? Look what happened with Teresa Giudice and her asshole ex-husband. Look what happened to them, right? Who had the audacity to have his deported ass on the internet complaining about the Bad Bunny Super Bowl? But I'm not even gonna go off about that shit this week. I'm gonna leave it there. But anyway, but it's the same thing, right?
Not to cut you off, but to add to your point, Teresa said on the show publicly in interviews that she blames Joe.
Yeah. So like that, you have to think about that, and that resentment is a real thing. You know what I mean? When you start talking about jeopardizing somebody's damn family, the kids' stability, all that kind of stuff, that can really tear a relationship apart, even if y'all did the shit together or not. So I don't know, but I definitely ask myself those same questions that you just identified in that scene, for sure.
Claudia?
You know what struck me as a red flag, or like my antenna went up when they were doing that scene? They were on two different scripts. Her overacting of being dramatic in that scene was sending me. Like the way she was talking, I'm sorry, Wendy, I rock with you. I think you look bomb as hell. You funny, smart. You got, 4 degrees and all that. But she was like, and I know bad acting because I do it all the time on TV.
Claudia, stop!
It was like, if I was doing a scene, they were like, okay, you need to act like you got to really sell this, right? I would be like, do you think our marriage can save this?
Not the baby voice.
You think we could survive? And Wendy don't talk like that.
You don't.
When you talk to your dude, you be like, I'm worried. Like, do you think we're gonna make it? You would say it like that. But I just felt like she was really putting a lot on it. So I don't think she's innocent. I think whatever it is, I think they both have equal now. I think they both know what it is. I'm not saying they're guilty, but I don't think he just blindly did something and Wendy had no line. She's too smart. She's too locked in. She's too observant. She's not a dummy. You know what I mean? I don't know. I hope they're innocent. I hope that there's a big misunderstanding here. But I also will say this, in their defense in a way, when it comes to insurance fraud and overestimating stuff, I'm all for it. Because
I don't care if she did it.
Me neither. I'm not even mad at you because the way they take your money every single goddamn month for car. I've never used my car insurance for nothing. I pay $700 a month for my car insurance, okay? House insurance, never used it. You've got 5 times, you've got my money like 5 times over already. So I don't feel as bad. White people do it all the time, and it never comes off as a scammer. It's like just kind of like business as usual. It's white collar crime when it's them. So I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm even mad at them, because let me tell you something. If I lose this necklace, I lost all of them. That's the game, y'all. Jewelry insurance is expensive. Damn, I can't lose no jewelry now. I can't file a claim because they're gonna clip this.
You are wild.
Shit, I just messed up. I didn't say the C word though, but
you didn't. See you next Thursday. I have a theory, y'all. You want to hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He seemed casual. Sorry, he seemed casual in the scene. He was like, I mean, it's whatever. And she was like, do you think our marriage will survive this? And he was like, he was like, matter of fact. And I was like, they are 2 different. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Well, first of all, she said he'd be eating the edibles before he filmed, so he might have just been a little high.
Oh, okay.
Off his own supply. So there's that. I have a small theory. Walk with me for a second. When they first started on the show, they were talking about how Eddie was estranged from his family because they didn't approve of Wendy. And we know that Wendy comes from a mother who needs to be kept. Okay, that lady needs to be kept. From watching them and reading court documents, am starting to get this niggling feeling.
Not niggling.
Yes, a little niggling feeling.
We haven't heard niggling in a while. Thank you.
Yes, I'm back to my niggles because we're about to talk about James Earl Jones. And my niggling feeling is, based on the emails, whether they came up together with it or not, Eddie was the lead based on the emails. He's the one saying, hey, is there anything else you want to add to the list of the stuff that we're going to say got took, right? So he was the lead, just as a matter of fact, based on the emails. He was the one cross-referencing and making sure that they had claimed all the things for Pam Oliver and them, right? And Eddie Hennessy. I think that they want to make sure that the heat is off of her, because Eddie confessed in a podcast they did a couple of years ago that he just recently reconciled with the family that was estranged from him. He just got back into their good graces and have convinced them to welcome Wendy into the fray. So if we get caught in a ponderosa of sorts, it's actually better for Eddie to take it on the chin and be the fall guy. Number one, because Wendy has a high earning potential with the show and everything that's happening with the Bravo franchise. Number two, I got to still convince my family, who just started liking you 5 minutes ago, to keep liking you now that we in this kerfuffle. And number three, Eddie is less of a sensational character. Whatever happens to Wendy, even if it happens to Eddie, the headline's going to be about Wendy with Eddie being a side feature, right? So the minute they said we want to be tried alone, that is something, I asked my lawyer friend, she said that's just something that couples do actually when they're united and want to make sure they have double chance for somebody to still be left behind with their children. Smart. If a couple wants to make sure that at least one of us can stay behind with the kids, they intentionally ask to be tried separately so they have twice as many chances of somebody being able to take care of the children. That speaks to a cohesion, to a partnership, to the very Wendy and Eddie that we know and love. It's actually in alignment with them. And so I could see them, Pam Oliver and Eddie Hennessy, saying, hey, yo, you're the perfect fall guy if this goes left, because I can still make money. I can still make sure that we're good. Your family won't think that I'm the Jezebel who led you astray. And you probably be out in half the time because you're not as big of a fish as I am. I think they're in cahoots, even if she is doing the escandalo telenovela acting. I actually think that they are still working as a unit while pretending to be having all of this emotional melee. I think
they would know
together.
Why they would be emailing these things when they live in the same house.
Eddie got cocky.
Like, why would you email?
They're not good alleged thieves. Nobody's saying they're good at what they do, but I think they're still scheming against me.
Babe, meet me out back by the pool so we can talk. I'm gonna whisper in your ear, okay?
And there's 8 degrees between them, 4 degrees each, guys. We keep on talking about her 4 degrees. He has 4 degrees as well. Sometimes you can be so smart it makes you stupid again. Ask me how I know.
Dustin.
Thoughts on the theory? I think they're still in cahoots, friend.
I don't. I think that I hope that it works out for them. That's what I hope. I hope that they don't have to go to jail. I hope they get to raise their kids. I hope that if they do suffer a legal consequence, I hope it's not jail time, if at all possible. And if they did make that mistake, I just don't think they like bad people. I think they just did something wrong. So I don't know. That's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that it works out for them. I don't want to see them get caught up, even though they made like something. If the allegations are true, they made some really sloppy ass mistakes that are shocking considering their level of education. But I don't want to see nothing happen to them. Call it what you want. I don't. So
yeah,
I hope things work out in their favor.
Yeah. And I'll say this, it was a heartbreaking scene to see their son, not to see, but to hear, their son Carter know about
Man, yes.
Like all of that was sad. And listen, this is my advice to all reality stars. I'll stay in my lane of reality. And this is not to Wendy and Eddie before y'all say it is. This is to all reality stars. You guys have to stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. Okay. It's and perpetuate a lifestyle that isn't real for you. Because the moment you start doing that, it's like when someone said when you lie once and you say a lie to keep up with the lie you said at first, and the next thing you know, it's a tsunami of lies. It's one of those things you do, you have to constantly keep up. And I just want all of you to know it's not even worth it. It's not worth it. It's nothing is worth looking over your shoulder, being worried about what's going to happen. It's like when you're driving without a license or when you're driving on a suspended license and you're constantly looking over your shoulder, hoping to not get pulled over. Being a reality star, the unfortunate part of this genre is the fact that unlike your scripted counterparts, the network doesn't pay for your glam, your wardrobe, none of that shit. You do it all out of pocket. When Zendaya has a movie to promote, the studio pays for every single glam and stylist. Law Roach is not getting paid out of Zendaya's pocket. The studio in which movie she's promoting. So when you see Tiana Taylor, for example, on this press run for her Oscar nomination and Golden Globe win, I want all of you guys to know Tiana Taylor is not paying for these dresses. She's not paying for hair. She's not paying for makeup. She's not paying for the black card. The studio is paying for that because they want her to promote the film so that it can get the nominations. So reality stars, stop trying to live up to Zendaya and Tiana Taylor and be okay with making the money you make and learning how to use the reality show experience to 10x your opportunities. And don't end up in these situations. I promise you, it's not worth it.
Stacey did that. Stacey wouldn't buy no turquoise. She said, I'm not rich. I'm not buying shit.
Stacey thought that shit was ugly too. If you pay attention to her taste in her home and shit, it was too much for her. She was like,
I'm not rich. I'm not buying nothing.
I hate how everybody goes on these shows and acts like it's so unrealistic to be, especially first year or two on a reality show, to really go on there and act like you have all this money. And then you're doing it a lot of times for each other and for the fans. And the fans don't even have that money like that. A lot of them don't. Some do. But like, you're like, it's a whole lifestyle. Like, look at these people that are, they're killing themselves financially, renting clothes, doing scams, trying to like always look like they got the latest thing, knowing you really can't, like, it's okay to say, look, man, I don't have the newest Birkin. I don't have it. I have no Birkins. You don't like, stop living for everybody else. Just be comfortable in your personality, that your personality is enough, not the shawl that you have from Fendi that you're like, shit, I really can't afford this.
And you know who does it well, and I'll move on. Be like Cynthia Bailey. Cynthia Bailey, I have never, in the years I've worked on Atlanta Housewives, I have never seen Cynthia Bailey with a label. And she's one of the most beautiful women in the world. She has her own style, and no one looks at Cynthia and call her bad dresser. Now y'all call some other people bad dressers. We'll get to that later. But no one calls. You said what?
Present.
Oh.
You are not a bad dresser.
But she gets stuff. But if she does get a label, she's smart about it. Like she put it all onto what's the store?
Giovanni.
TJ Maxx has. They would have a day where they had the high-end brands and have a super great sale. So you would go in and you would get the stuff that is a label much cheaper. So she's cool with that. And then she shares that tip with other women, which I think is super dope of her.
Oh, that's amazing.
No. Go, Claudia.
No. She's if she gets it, she's not bragging about I paid full price for this stupid bag.
And could.
Y'all gonna say it's exactly.
Oh, and Cynthia money is long.
That's why it's long.
Not to tell her business because she said it publicly. One thing we all know about Cynthia, we're all friends with her. Cynthia will give you the clothes off her back.
Yes, she will.
However, Cynthia is also frugal. And baby, one thing about Cynthia Bailey, honey, she knows how to save her money and she knows how to like not even be within her means because Cynthia money is long. Hey, Cynthia. But Cynthia does not live outside of her means. And the beautiful thing about that is this woman was a supermodel since she was 16 years old and had access to all the designers. And
a couple things to remember, because y'all know I'm very protective of Cynthia Bailey. That's my friend in real life, and I'm not gonna. It ain't happening connected to her name on my watch in no way, right? Cynthia is not living like a pauper, right? Cynthia has a beautiful home on a lake in Atlanta, gorgeous home. She drives a very nice vehicle. She has all the physical things that she wants. You know what I'm saying? She's just smart with her bread, so it's not like living within your means that you have to slum it, essentially, right? You can live and just work and increase what your means are, and then you'll be living that way. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that her financial savvy has really led to her sustainability. That's why Cynthia been Bailey. You know what I'm saying? It will always be Bailey. So that's it.
Going to the reunion, one of the topics of discussion was Stacey. You know, they congratulated Stacey on being featured in Vanity Fair. Shout out to Stacey for that. In addition to that, it was a big conversation of whether or not Stacey is performative, because the other ladies think she is. The other ladies think she lies, not lies. She fakes her voice. That's not who she is. Blue, do you think these ladies are onto something that Stacey's performative, or do you think these ladies are just jealous that Stacey is the breakout star and they're trying to find something to dim her light?
I think they're all performing. She's just better at it. So what's the problem? If you tried and I succeeded, what's the problem?
Well, hello.
That's what I think. This is a Stacey Stan account, so we're gonna keep it a buck. And I think Giselle's tone shift shows the group chat is saying we gotta lay off of Stacey before they all turn on us. Giselle made it clear in the way that her voice has changed towards Stacey that she's realizing that she's gonna lose the audience. Not too much on Stacey, and also Tia. Honestly, Tia's fall from grace for me has been stunning for me because I really was Team Stacey and Team Tia. And Tia keeps being concerned about things that have nothing to do with her because nothing has anything to do with her. And that's part of her problem. Get you some business. Why do you care about Chris Samuel's penis? Get you some business. You're not even involved. Did I miss anything, friends?
Claudia, Dustin.
How you gonna complain about someone that's on a TV show for your entertainment that's being performative? That's what's keeping the show going.
Yeah.
She is being performative, and it probably comes off fake to them. It's probably annoying in real life, but you are doing a TV show. You ever work with someone that like kind of annoying, but they kind of eat at their job? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we've all been on cast. You're like, hey man, but those antics are helping viewers come to the show and keeping money in my pocket. So maybe shut up. Yeah. I mean, it seems like they probably don't hang with her in real life anyway. So let her be performative during the 4 months that y'all work together, get your money. And yeah, Blue, you're right. She's great at it. And Angel and some of the others, Tia, I liked her too, can take a page from her notebook.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it's working. It's working.
Stop taking jabs and take notes. Stop taking jabs and take notes instead.
That part. Yeah.
Dustin, do you agree with Andy Cohen when he gave Stacey the warning that sometimes when the housewives are gassed up by the fan, it goes to their head? Do you think Stacey has that fate?
Yes, I do agree with what Andy said. And no, I don't think Stacey has that fate at all, because Stacey let's not forget that the Real Housewives, the cast members on those shows, they're television personalities, right? By definition, her personality is what has moved her to the front of the line. She's got a great personality that once you understand it, when you encounter her on television in that space, you're intrigued. You're like, what is going on here? What's she about? You want to know more. And once you see her more and you become more attracted to her personality, it just wins. I mean, you can't get mad at the woman for winning and doing well at her job. To me, if you're on that show, you would love to have a person like her be your cast member, because that ensures that the show is going to be successful. And that's what you should want. You should want the show to be full of dynamic personalities that all contribute to the pot continuing to boil on the stove. Okay. And so I don't know where this hating ass rhetoric came from. Is she fake? Is she not fake? Much like your girl Jocelyn said, Carlos, get with the winning team, ho. That's what y'all need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? And understand that what she's doing is good for that show, and that show sustaining is good for you. So stop hating. Stop trying to say her breath stinks. Stop trying to call her fake. When really, when you want to talk about fakeness, Tia is the one who literally in her confessional, whatever episode that was when she went to see Arabella and Timo at the swim lesson for Arabella, right? Tia was talking about I'm Sherlock Holmes and all this other shit. So you went looking to be messy, and that's the difference. Stacey has just been being herself, whatever you want to call it, and navigating the waters of them throwing things at her constantly, and she's winning at it. Don't hate on that. Get with the winning team. You see what Wendy did? Wendy said, she made that face Angel said she made. She did all that. I'm gonna roll with Stacey on this one. Stop hating and let people, when people are good, that's good for what you're a part of. Be a star in your own right, not at the expense of being better than somebody else. As soon as y'all let that competition shit go, y'all motherfuckers will go a lot farther. So
like if you go to the Super Bowl and you're not the quarterback, but you got a good quarterback, you should be happy because you get a ring too.
Yeah.
Everybody can't
and
be
the quarterback, the team's more than one player on the team. The team needs everybody, not just the quarterback. So like, or else, you know what? Train to be a motherfucking quarterback and go for that position when you join the damn team if that's what you want. But don't hate on the quarterback because they get at what they do. You play the sport.
Yeah, and it's funny because listen, I like Tia on the show. I will say
I don't.
Yeah.
I say that. I appreciate
She's sour like milk on me.
Her family's beautiful, and I love hearing her talk. I love her accent, but boring. Brought nothing to the show to me. I didn't see no connection really to the other ladies. Bunch of
started off good and crashed.
ass.
She did start off good.
I think Tia started off good, but it went downhill. Excuse me. And listen, I'm with Stacey. When Stacey said that Tia clocked in and gathered information to take back to her master, being Giselle, Stacey ate Tia up. And listen, Stacey, I'm not gonna say the word master, but listen, she definitely reports back to her boss, which is Giselle, and Stacey clocked it. And I think Tia lost me because I think watching the show, I think Tia was trying to get too chummy with Giselle, and she didn't clock her for that. And that's why I did enjoy when Wendy and Angel had their back and forth, because Wendy addressed things that we saw with Angel, like Giselle called you catfish, but when Wendy said you did not go after Giselle because you wanted her to be your big sister, and Angel did not deny it.
Yep.
But Wendy did downplay, because then they played the clip back when Ashley brought the catfish. She put a lot of extra on it. Oh, Ashley brought the catfish.
Yeah, but that was a different incident.
That was after she'd been attacked, though. Now you can attack her, do it.
I get that. I get that. But let's not act like she didn't put a little salt on it as well, is what I'm saying.
Oh, no, she did put some salt on it. But I think the problem was, listen, we all was confused why Angel has so much smoke from Wendy and not Giselle. And listen, I've said this before, everyone sees it. A lot of these girls want to be Giselle's friend. It is what it is, and that's fine. But speaking of Angel and Angel's president, she did say that they purchased a home in Potomac. Ashley tried to ask a question, and Angel told Ashley if she lived in Potomac area, she would know. Which I thought, no, Blue, give Angel stuff. I thought that was
Angel. Didn't you just get evicted from an Airbnb in Potomac? How quickly we forget. Somebody who got evicted from Potomac.
She did not get evicted.
Sorry, somebody who was displaced in Potomac.
Wait, that sounds like a hurricane victim displaced.
She was displaced.
She
had 24 hours to evacuate. Shout out to Mia. So I'm just saying, maybe just read the room a little bit, friend. That you just got into the club. You just got in here. I'm not an Ashley apologist. I don't go for Ashley, but y'all gonna make me say something nice about that lady. I just think that Angel, much like Tia, will just go to whoever she thinks is the weakest link. Tia misidentified Stacey as the weakest link and ended up tussling with America's fave. Awkward, huh? Learn from that. I think now that she realizes that she can't do anything to Wendy because the Forrest Whitaker eye that she keeps doing and thinking we're gonna laugh. We're not laughing. We didn't laugh until James Earl Jones. Like, it's still not funny, friend. And I like that Wendy said there's more to that because there are some racial undertones in that are impossible to ignore. I like that Wendy still showed her a little bit of grace by saying there's more to that, but thank you for acknowledging it and apologizing, right? I do think that she's now recognizing that Ashley is lower on the totem pole, and so Ashley has now become the new victim. There's something weak sauce that you have smoke for whoever you think is below you. There's something weak about that universally to me. She hasn't learned her lesson. Ashley's the new victim now.
And that Forrest Whitaker read was so weak because that his eye don't do that. His eyes don't go, One is open and one is half mask.
Oh, Claudia, I'm not sure. Oh,
it's true. One eye's like sleepy, and the other one like, Wendy, don't make that face. Like, it wasn't even a good read. It wasn't. I like accuracy in reading. It should be like
that is what they listen. I will give this to Claudia. Claudia loves a read that has a truth in it.
James Earl Jones was very accurate because now I can't unsee it.
Right, because that was
I thought that was fun shade. The thing about the James Earl Jones for Whitaker, to me, I thought it was fun housewife shade on both ends.
I did too, Carlos.
I just thought like the thing. I thought it was fun. I thought it was funny. I thought they both gave a little dig.
She said it with a straight. I like how when he delivered it, she goes, "Now, if I like when people do this kind of shade."
Yeah.
Well, if I was to call you James Earl Jones, you just did. You just did.
Yeah, you just did.
Doing it. I like that kind of shade, though. I like that. It's like, I'm playing in your face on purpose right now.
Do we think that Giselle has now a newfound respect for? Because one thing I would give Giselle, and I don't give her much, is that Giselle respects the craft of being a provocateur for the sake of content. Do you think that now that Giselle has panned back from her minions to see how well Stacey is being received, that she'll extend the wobbly olive branch to Stacey that she extended to Wendy? That she'll be like, "Oh, I'm gonna stop picking on you because you've earned your stripes." Do we think that's gonna happen next season?
Mm-hmm.
Because it feels like if the audience likes somebody, she suddenly leaves them alone.
Yeah, that's the playbook. It's been the same repetitive playbook with everybody that's come onto the show, just like how she's friendly with Monique now after they went through some really tough times on the show, because Giselle knows that she has to do that in order for the cast to make sense and be like cohesive. It just doesn't end well when you refuse to film with people and all that other shit. So of course she's gonna go along to get along, as she should. That means she's being good at her job as a housewife.
And I took that as what you guys were saying earlier, being the quarterback. I think Giselle, based on what I've seen, I think Giselle wants every girl to earn their flute. Yeah. And I think she sees Stacey as a formidable opponent and somebody who deserves to be on the stage. I do see that. One thing I want to ask you guys about, if you guys saw this, a lot of people on social media were questioning Giselle and Giselle's comment towards Wendy. The questioning of the arrest, talking about her wig being bad. Did you guys feel that Giselle was being messy or inappropriate for the sort of like statements she was making towards Wendy as Wendy was talking about the arrest?
It's kind of been like how she's been doing the whole season. Like she's supposed to stir it up. I guess she felt she was lighting the mood. Yes, it was shady talking about her wig, but it's a reality show reunion. So I think she's doing what she's paid for. She's doing what she's paid for. Giselle's not going to sit there and let a moment go by where she can get one in and just be like, "Oh, yeah, it must have been tough for you." She's going to be like, "Let's talk about that wig. Was the wig?" The wig?
Yeah.
And that's what she's paid to do, I think, I don't think it's deeper than that. I think that's what she's just paid to do. She's gotten really good at it too. She's not letting a moment go by because I feel like more than anyone, she's like, the stakes are high. She wants to keep the show going. If I'm on a show where I'm the star, the lead, whatever, I want to, by all means necessary, any means necessary, we keeping the show going. If I got to be shady to you in a vulnerable moment, because it's making us talk about it.
That's right.
Shady, though? Was it shady to ask about who sold the house to old girl, to Angel? Like, they felt like shade towards Tia when they were like, "So Angel, who did Tia sell you the house?" And Tia's like, "I didn't come here to sell houses. I came to make friends." We're like, sure, Jan.
I thought that was a great question because you acting all tight like y'all buddy. You couldn't even throw your girl a commission in an area that she's an expert in, and you went to someone else. I thought that was a great question. Like, oh, y'all newfound besties now, but you didn't even use her as a realtor. Yes, I like that. I love that question. I like that.
That felt like the real shade to me. Like, who sold you the house, Angel?
And then Tia just went to quickly apologize for her, like make excuses. Well, I didn't come here for friends. I didn't come here for that. I came here for friends. I'll be mad if you all know I'm the realtor in the circle and you use anyone but me.
Especially when I stayed at your house in Colorado.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I wonder what Bobby thought.
So at the end of the reunion is when Wendy and Ashley had their spat. Andy read a question from a viewer talking about Ashley was messy this season, talking about how she even commented on Wendy's arrest. Wendy said that Ashley has this personal vendetta against her, but she didn't go too many details on it. And then Wendy made a dig saying that Ashley hasn't accomplished anything in life. And then Ashley retorted, but at least I have one social security number. Now look, as a fan of reality television and a fan of the girls going at it, I thought that was an amazing way of ending part one reunion. I thought Ashley got a good one in. I talked about it over the weekend. Dustin, they dragged her boy on Twitter. I'm like, listen, Ashley got one good one in. And I thought that was a good read towards the end. Dustin, do you agree or disagree?
Dustin, look at his face. He's like,
I think it was definitive. I felt like it drew a line in the sand between her and Wendy, because now you're insulting me based on my court case shit that is really fucked up for me right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's a low blow, essentially, which I'm not mad at. Take them. Take the low blows. It's the Housewives. And y'all don't have to be friends nor get along, so I'm fine with it. But I just don't, again, I'm pretty quick on my feet. And I just saw a window of opportunity. As soon as she said she only had one social security number, there was a play. There was a way to call back to that. I'll just put it like that.
What was it? I want to hear it.
Figure it out on your own. I'm still giving it away.
We're not quick, friend.
I'm still giving it away for free. Figure it out on your own. Y'all want to pay me to come help y'all? I will. But other than that, I'm keeping it to myself. But just know, I'll text you later, Blue. But just know.
Yeah, I'm feeling like Claudia. I want to hear it.
There's a way that you could have easily packed Ashley up so quick right then. So when she brought up that social security number, and I was like, damn, Wendy, y'all ain't even trying. Y'all just letting them fly right by, missing all this shit that's literally being thrown right into your palm. So whatever.
She confirmed Wendy's suspicions to me. I think when Wendy says, I've heard that you had a vendetta against me, and Ashley says, I don't have a vendetta. I just don't throw my accomplishments in people's faces. And when he said, but you ain't got no accomplishments to throw in nobody's face. Oh, I sat up. I was like, let me stop chewing.
I busted out laughing. Personally.
Okay.
That was great for Wendy. Yes.
So I'm thinking, this is a nice little spar. Let's see what happens, right? Yeah. And then Ashley said, well, I only have one social security number. I said, well, now that was good. That was cute for you. And also, you just proved her point that unlike Giselle, who's at least trying to feign a little bit of friendship or care, you sincerely feel a way about this lady and her husband and their 8 cumulative degrees. They even did a whole montage showing Ashley's hate in pictures, right? Shout out to the producers. So I do think that Ashley feels a way about the fact that she is disappearing into the fray. Like, she actually is becoming a ghost in the machine.
I don't think so. You think so?
I think that Ashley is used to being an A character and she's been a B character for a couple of years now because Michael Darby is the best and worst thing that ever happened to her. And now that he's off somewhere allegedly grabbing things consensually, she doesn't have as much of a...
I actually agree. I think, listen.
She misses that. She misses it.
I think Ashley is a necessary evil, and no, I'm not calling her evil. I think the challenge with Ashley is this. I think Ashley started off the show with Michael Darby and gave us great content. She when Robin Dixon checked her at her Australian restaurant and Ashley petite ass took it and barked back. I do think for the past, I would say 2 to 3 seasons, Ashley definitely has fallen to the wayside. And I think it's because Ashley has nothing else to do but to be messy. And that's why when Candace, hey traders, when Candace said, you brought your ass here, I think she said postpartum, with your leaked breast to deliver a nasty rumor about Eddie to Wendy, and then you went back home. I think Ashley knew she had to be a part of the mess to keep herself alive on the show. But I will say this, for them to celebrate their 10 seasons, I definitely think Ashley isn't who she started out with the show to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think she started very strong, but I think Stacey's so big, Wendy, so the, yeah.
Well, to be fair, they're not going to be nasty though, like Ashley will. And so there is something to be said for her contributing that villain role, you know what I'm saying, to the show. And if she leans into that, maybe there's some sustainability there for her. Just be the full villain. Fuck it. Live in your villain era. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what she should do. Because no one else is really playing that role on the show. Nobody's just like a sharp, edgy villain. So maybe she can do that.
I think she's good for it. I mean, she's a little shit starter. Again, they can't all be calm zen Cynthia Bailey's on the show, right? You got to have the firecrackers, the people that people are annoyed with. Makes a good cast. They don't have to all be likable people. I think she's necessary for the show for what she does. She's stirring the pot, and you got to have some ridiculousness on the show. Or it's boring. Like, it's something for us to talk about. What, you was really making out with a friend's son? What? Like, in real life, I don't want that in my real life, but I definitely want that in my reality shows that I watch. I do. And I think she ate with that comment. And it wasn't just like, listen, if someone diminishing your entire existence and saying you've accomplished nothing, that deserves a personal clapback. Mm-hmm. I'm not mad at it. I think I'm looking forward to part 2 next week. I want to see what, because I know
Kay will let Angel talk next week, because what was that about?
Angel wasn't talking about shit.
But Kay acts like she's still chin checking her. Like the chin checking has not left the room. Why do you keep chin checking your ace?
I didn't take it like that. When she said, "What is this?" I don't think she was telling Angel to shut up. I think she was talking to Angel like, "Why is she she was talking to Angel as a friend, and I'm like, what is this? Like, why is she still talking type shit? That was her speaking to her like that, not saying, what is this? Why are you talking over me? You hear me trying to talk. That was her being like, girl, look at her. What is this?
But when Wendy said, let your friend answer my question, we're actually having a good moment of clarity. Yeah. And she said, but I'm talking though. And Angel said, yes, master, I'm gonna let her talk.
Because it was directed at Wendy. That wasn't directed towards Angel. And so that's why Angel was like, no, you're right. I'm going to go on and finish after she finished saying what she had to say. That wasn't Kiana being nasty with. Kiana already has RBF. You know what I'm saying? So she looks meaner than she is, which is
I agree. I have RBF.
We work on that. But she was talking to Angel like in the spirit of camaraderie, not telling her to shut up and let me talk. Like two people took it. It's easy to misinterpret it because there was a lot going on and everybody was talking at the same time. But I watched it multiple times. She was not telling Angel to be quiet. She was talking about. Thank you for
clearing that up, because in the moment I was just like, why does your RBF? Why is it so sharp when you're talking to Angel? And plus, Angel plays victim. So when you have somebody who talks like Ike Turner and somebody who acts like Pikachu, it immediately makes things feel weird.
It paints a picture. It
does. It's immediately a little bit off-putting.
I will say this. I enjoyed the reunion. I'm looking forward to 2 more parts. But listen, I thought it was a great comeback for Ashley, personally. I think Claudia, I think you're not the only 2 in the world.
I thought it was too. Don't make no mistake. I thought it was a perfect clapback from Ashley. I just would have tore her ass up after that if it was me. What Simone say? But that's me.
You know, recover from a gagging is what Wendy told us. Basically, your life ain't shit. To be able to be like have something after that that's good. It's good work. But now we're gonna see next week what Wendy gonna say.
You should judge reads. Like the points of it.
No, you and Dustin, because he does replays. Like he'll watch that shit over 4 times. Yes.
Y'all should just read. That'll be a
if
good
only
show.
We knew a producer that could produce that show. Like, I don't know, if I knew someone that maybe could put that together.
And we're back.
Dustin, do anybody, Dustin?
I'm looking at the nigga right now.
Game. If only we knew one of the top producers.
He said, "You looking at the nigga right now?" Damn. Justin, we've been trying to be subtle ever since we out dick. I knew what kind of time you were on today. They talking about dick, y'all.
I love you guys. Claudia, leave me alone. Anyway,
Carlos, it's Mona Scott King, right? I want to make sure. Young, is Mona Scott Young? If you're watching, maybe you see.
We love you and your husband.
Check your emails. Okay, so Ray Drop, let us know who you think did the best job at the reunion. I'm gonna read the super chats really fast.
Okay.
Great show tonight. We had almost 7,000 people in the chats tonight. We was at 6,900. So thank you guys so much. Shaquille Oatmeal. That's an interesting name. Oh, this is funny. Shout out to Nene Leakes, Housewives of Atlanta. Los dressed in his nice Versace, DVF, Gucci, Christian Louboutin. That's a Nene Leakes line to Marlo Hampton. So that was funny, Shaquille. Shout out to you. Brown Design. Can y'all give me an America's Next Top Model doc breakdown? So we'll talk about that next Monday.
Okay.
It's 3 episodes. It's out today. It's a talk of Twitter. I haven't watched it yet, but I plan on watching it this week. Judah 7056. No baby arm this year, Claudia. Damn girl, I am sorry.
I can't wait to do it again, though. It's gonna happen.
Yes.
Dolphin noises, baby.
NECA B. Lowe's in the midst of my close friend losing her job of 7 years. I'm sorry. She missed buying a ticket to your Nashville show. Is there any way you can get her in? That's well, listen. It is well. First of all, thank you to everybody who bought the Nene Leakes Carlos King ticket. We're sold out on both shows. Let me see what I can do, baby. We are sold out. So, NECA B. Hold on. Let me do this. Let me take a screenshot.
Yes.
I'll see what I can do, baby. And I'm sorry for your friend who lost her job in this crazy ass economy.
That's very kind.
Yeah. Okay. And NJ Goes South. Thank you for your $20. This happens all the time with the man making the money. Maybe their arrangement was for him to be more at home so she can make more money. In that case, that's a spouse, not a freeloader. Switch the genders. All right. Thank you for your comment. Yvette, boy, their relationship was destroyed from the beginning. Her mother, when he wanted to do movies, TV shows, she was against him taking on jobs.
Then you go be with him then, since we got it all wrong. He's so right then. You know what I'm saying? I get so sick of that. She literally laid it out in the documents. This isn't happening. This isn't happening. This isn't happening. This isn't happening.
Yep.
And y'all talking about her mama.
Yvette also said, does they Kandi wrong when it came to Todd and her mother?
So there you go. She just don't like Kandi. Why don't you just come on out and say you don't like Kandi? Because then just you start your message like, I can't stand that damn Kandi. And then we know the tone. You know what I'm saying?
Let him stay in your guest house. Listen.
Right.
He's a good man.
Hey, Ans D'Angelo. He's always here. Kandi's dealt with survivor's guilt.
I said, wrap this shit up. Godiva said, hurry up.
Right. Oh, right. Godiva's back. Hold on. Let me show you.
Oh, I still want a puppy.
You guys, you've been on for 2.5 hours.
Back.
Oh my God, so
back.
cute.
Oh my
God.
That's an expensive dog. Oh my heavens.
Yeah, that dog's a pure breed.
That is not for the pound. Oh wow.
Let's get to D'Angelo's.
My cat's
got money.
Kandi dealt with survivor's guilt. Dustin's cracking up. Since she was a kid and her brother died right before Escape blew up. That's why she's hesitant to check her mother. Thank you, Mia Miller. PMYXF2B. Thank you, Claudia and Blue, for sharing your realities. Yes. Women go through so much. Also, kudos to Miss Quad. I hope this works out for her.
Yeah.
W Tracy 2. Yeah, free Pam Oliver and Mr. Hennessy. We got Candace Kennedy. Hey, Candace. Stress is a silent killer. At the age of 36, I had a stroke due to stress. Then losing my 16-year-old daughter, Zaria, on 2/14/18. I had another one. Love you all. Oh, Candace Kennedy.
Yeah, so sorry. Damn,
I'm sorry to hear that. And her thumbnail, avatar, excuse me, is Zaria. And may your daughter rest in peace. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Much
so sorry to hear that. Jay Williams 407. Wendy wearing furs to court like Big Meech.
This show has so many different levels. I'm having so many feelings all at once. Jesus Christ.
Guys, I can't take this. Okay. Shelly And Tune 5099. Wendy says, I never thought it would lead to getting arrested. She knew he may have been leading, but she was aware and involved. She should have shut the fuck up. Is that in your Karen voice? Okay. We got She Run Into. Hey, She Run Into. She's always here. Todd loved that he married a boss. She's attractive, loved, and supported him. Invested in his ideas. Had 3 homes. Things a man...
3 sums. 3 sums.
Oh, I'm sorry.
3 sums, not 3 homes.
Oh, Carlos, you're so pure.
Yeah, as a Taurus, you better get it right, friend. She had 3 sums.
My bad. She had 3 sums. I'm thinking 3 homes. My bad. You see my mind as that child.
I am dying tonight. Go ahead.
What's in the air today?
She said 3 homes.
That was cute.
Kandi had 3 sums. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Things a man once loved about you can be the same thing he resents down the line, baby. Okay. Scotty G said, I'm going to confuse Carlos with this one. Dustin. Giselle said, congratulations. The way Meatball said it to Tinka. Happy Black History Month, everyone.
Oh,
I don't get it. I am confused.
That's for the people that watch Baddies.
That's Baddies.
If you watch Baddies on Zeus, you will totally get that reference. And shout out to you, because I see you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I love it. I love it. I love it. KD Perry 591. I hollered at Andy relocating Giselle when she entered. No, ma'am, not first year. That was cute.
I missed that.
I seen it. Giselle walked out there with that do-rag dress on. Her red dress looked like a do-rag that she had on. Giselle came out of that do-rag dress on, and Andy was like,
I can't. Oh, D'Angelo again. Despite everything, Giselle even knows Stacey's good for the show. You can tell she gained her respect after the season.
Agreed.
Rashida said, Claudia, you took up her Forrest Whitaker like that was your...
Oh.
I have a confession to make.
Ma'am, no.
Of course, been seeing eye to eye.
The man that I, am seeing now is Forrest Whitaker.
Is he married? Wait.
No, they're divorced. Because I was my girl before she finished it, but I remember they're divorced.
Yeah, he's married to a girl from Boston.
Oh, that's one of our own. Okay.
One of my friends back then, they got into a fight with her. They was fighting over a drug dealer back in the day. But anyway, that's a long.
But you have lived, my God, today. That took so many turns.
I am done.
We had some fine drug dealers back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Shelly and Tunes. I was here for Ashley's energy towards Wendy, Karen, and Mia. She gave an air of y'all are bringing the caliber of the show down. Like I'm scared. We are better than this energy. She's kinda right.
She kinda was married to Michael Darby.
Yeah, Michael Darby.
Oh, what are you talking
Mr. Burns
about?
was grabbing people. Like, what are you saying, fam?
2P sent a podcast with Tara 32 said, did y'all peep how Kate checked Angel again? We did talk about that.
Dustin replayed it. It was just resting bitch face. Dustin replayed it.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that.
Damn,
Leah said, why use Tia as a realtor? She started eviction rumors.
That's true.
Yep.
Good point.
Good point.
Touche.
Lucky Charms 11. Am I the only one who remembers Wendy saying a few seasons ago she doesn't know about her household finances and Eddie handles everything?
My theory holds. I'm just saying.
She did say that, actually. She did
say that.
I have a theory.
She did say that. Precious T. Kiana Stewart looked phenomenal. Hope she uses her new picture frame.
Oh, not favorite picture.
And Kristen Hutchins 1313. What y'all think of Stacey lying about being the one who filed, not Timo?
I could care less.
We don't care.
He was a petitioner.
Yeah.
But again,
damn it, kick her off the show. Like, who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't care about that shit.
Her docu-sign is backwards.
I kind of do a little bit because even though we giving her praises because we like that her attitude on there, like don't give us a reason to go backwards. Like, be authentic. I like stand on your
Cardio.
business. That's why we like you.
They
You
was
care?
divorced when we met her on the damn show. That shit
Hey,
happened
man.
before she was even on the show. We don't care about that shit.
I do. And we
Oh.
have 4 squares. I can be
Justin,
allowed.
she doing math. Let her have it. She doing math. It's fine,
Yeah,
friend.
okay.
It's fine. Mhm.
Why lie about like that you didn't file when they're gonna they're gonna expose you and make you look crazy.
For the plot, it gets the people going. It's provocative.
I'm not mad at it, but I'm also like, why you lie? We're liking you because you stand on business. So stand on business all the way. So
I like her because she funny.
Ooh. Free Wendy. I don't care if she did it.
I can't. All right, so raindrops. Listen, thank y'all for joining in. Like I said, we have almost 7,000 people, 6,900. I appreciate you guys. I know the panel does too. Tomorrow, I am dropping an exclusive interview with Claudia.
what?
Claudia,
I spoke tonight. All I did was
Claudia, please. So anyways, tomorrow I am dropping an exclusive one-on-one interview, okay? This woman is a woman, okay, that has been on reality TV for a long time.
Mhm.
Let's just say a lot of people consider her to be one of the big 3 who started a franchise,
Oh.
okay? And as y'all watch the show currently, a lot of y'all always say the show is not the same because the big 3 is missing. So I got one of the big 3 on my podcast tomorrow for the very first time. And we talked about everything, and I really can't wait for y'all to look at. This has been some years in the making, but she is somebody that you guys will love to see. So that's tomorrow, 12 o'clock. Okay? All right. Dustin.
Yeah, Cookie. Girl. Sorry.
Dustin.
Cookie.
Yes,
This goes off the
Cookie
rails.
started Potomac with Sharice. Shout out to Cookie. Yes, Cookie. Yes.
That is not our final word, my heavens.
Oh,
Any guesses, Dustin?
a couple. It could be, I don't know, Robin Dixon, Chrissy Lampkin, Yandy. Hell, have you had Yandy on your show yet? I can't remember or not.
I think Yandy's. Me and Yandy had a nice conversation. I'll just leave that there.
Okay.
I wanna-
I don't know, let me think. I'm trying to think. Who? Come on, y'all. Who?
It's Tiffany, New York.
Is it New York?
Holler.
You'll see tomorrow, 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard
Oh,
Time.
My
psychic.
big 3
I
is
feel like I'm
Jocelyn,
psychic.
New York, and Nene, and you're already on tour. What? Okay.
I must have misunderstood you then, because I thought you meant big 3 from a particular show. But if
Yes,
you talking about big,
yes.
Oh, what show?
Well, I'm not going to give the show away, but when I say big 3,
Mhm.
these 3 people were on the same show, started this particular franchise, and whenever people talk about the show, they always say, we need the big 3.
Mariah? I'm taking it back. Sorry. That was random.
That's it.
That was being random, Mariah.
Jennifer Williams.
Mm.
Hi, Jennifer Williams, I love you. Anyway, moving on.
Shawnee.
Shawnee.
Claudia, is there anything you want to promote, my sweet pea?
Accidentally Informed on Wednesday and Wicked Awesome Podcast Wednesday. And I have that documentary that's coming on the 18th of March, but I'll talk about that later. The Price is Right documentary.
That's gonna be good.
Make sure, when is it out, Claudia?
March 18th. So we have a little while.
Okay, we got some time.
You know,
Okay.
but yeah, a little slow.
All right.
Love and Hip Hop. No, it's on break right now. But when that season comes back, I was definitely acting up.
Can't wait.
Look at your face.
Mad at myself.
Blue to Luzma.
Oh yeah, you guys can find me Blue Centric Live over on YouTube. I'm having a St. Patty's Day meet and greet that I was excited to tell y'all about, but it's sold out in 24 hours. Never mind. But yeah, we're gonna the babies, they're showing up. Shout out to the Blue Crew and shout out to this family here. You guys don't understand how much I enjoy my Mondays. This is such a fun thing to do. Y'all are a good time, honey.
You are too, girl. Thank you, Blue.
I love it.
Definitely.
Dustin Ross, last
What up,
word.
Yeah, it was great. I had a good fucking time tonight. Much love to everybody that deserves to feel love. If you want to see me come tell jokes, I think it's like literally two tickets left to my show on March 17th. So it'll probably be sold out tomorrow.
I'll take those tickets.
So y'all can roll right over to DustinRossLive.com and get information on that. And I just look forward to seeing y'all next Monday. Shout out to the Raindrops.
Love you guys so much. I hope you guys had a great President's Day. I hope the ones who had a day off, you got a lot of rest. And don't forget, get your blood work done. Get that done. Get that done.
What's it called, Claudia?
Live blood cell analysis, but also get a full panel and check your iron, cholesterol, all that stuff intertwines. So yeah.
Please check that out.
Yes.
All right, Raindrops, love you all. We'll see you guys on next Monday.
Bye.
Good night. Bye.